We gotta keep that same energy. We gotta keep that same energy with everybody. We don't like to switch up. We don't like to not keep the same energy. And we tell the truth whether you want to hear it or not. So I'm gonna just jump right into it, like you jump right into Southpaw's mama. Let me break it down. If you're a man and you look like a stud, this is not for you. If you're using a man's meat like a pogo stick, this is not for you. If you ride a bike with no seat, this is not for you. We got to keep the same energy. We got to keep it going. The link has been dropped. We absolutely must get the predictions for David Benavidez versus Alexander Vosk in the two 30-year-old versions with Gervonta Tank Davis and none other than Frank Martin. We need those predictions. We got to get it. We got to keep the same energy. The official weigh-in between David Benavidez, the weigh-in for David Benavidez, Vosk, all of that official weigh-in has already been completed. So any other weigh-in is just ceremonial at this point. So these guys have both made weight. These guys are both on weight, so that's not a problem at all. Let me get into it even more. My brother, the big boss, what's good with you, my brother?
Salute, Nuke, man. Thanks for having me on.
Always, my brother, always. Who do you got winning these fights, and how do you have them winning? Give me your thoughts, my brother.
So I'll start with Tank and Frank Martin. Frank Martin, I think he'll give a good few rounds to Tank, make him think about a little bit. But I think overall, Tank, there's a reason why he wanted this fight because he knows he can beat Frank Martin. He knows he can knock him out. So I'm gonna say Tank around say maybe the eighth or ninth round.
Okay, I like that. That makes sense. Now, what about Benavidez Vosk? You got David Benavidez going up in weight, looking like he's fighting a guy that's roughly about the same size, but Benavidez is really going to hydrate for this fight. How do you see that fight playing out at the new weight in between a guy that's much bigger than what he's used to fighting?
I have a lot to say about Benavidez, but I'll get into the fight now. Vosk, he's been at light heavyweight. His only loss was to Artur Beterbiev. Now it has been a while, has been a little bit since he fought, and he's 37 now. So I would say I wouldn't say give him a lesson to David Benavidez, but I would say maybe Benavidez will feel that weight jump. He's going to feel a few punches that will hit harder than he was at 168. So I think I would love to see Vosk go at it, but I think with David Benavidez, his multi-combo punching power, I think it'll just be too much for Alexander Vosk. So I say maybe late round stoppage. I say 10th round that David Benavidez will win the fight.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because this will be an interesting question. Do you think that there's a chance that we learned something about David Benavidez in this fight that we didn't know about? Maybe him going up in weight, he's getting outboxed, he's getting dropped, maybe he's getting bullied. I don't know. Maybe is there any chance that we learned something about David like that we don't expect to learn?
I mean, other than that Canelo lives rent free in his head. I mean, other than that, no. Honestly, no. Well, like I said, I think maybe he'll feel something different with that weight jump. But again, that man's is a cruiserweight. I don't think it's going to affect him too much. Like again, it's his debut at 175. I understand that, but that man can rehydrate up to maybe clear to near heavyweight. So no, man, I don't think there's anything flaw at the moment. But I mean, you never know. I mean, he was knocked down by a journeyman in the past. Let's see with Vosk. Let's see with Vosk, man. I mean, maybe Eddie Reynoso's got something for Benavidez that if the Canelo fight were to ever happen, then we'll see. I mean, I think this is for me personally. I think this will be the turning point or the main decision. Eddie Reynoso will get a good look at Benavidez at ringside and see what Vosk can do to him if he does something. Absolutely. Hopefully Vosk can put up a good fight before Benavidez just comes in all blazing with his punching power and multi combos.
So now you said you had a lot to say about David Benavidez. The floor is yours, sir.
Okay, well, before I get into it, bro, I gotta tell you, man, this morning, whew, my tweets in the X app were blowing up because now we saw this week Benavidez. He's been talking shit about Canelo again about the steroid abuse.
Yep.
And when I was talking to a couple of mutuals of mine about mentioning that David needs to stop worrying about Canelo for this week, you got a fight ahead of you. The fact that he's in your head 24/7, I mean, bro, that's just unhealthy, man.
The only thing
Why?
I'll say, I don't want to interrupt you on that, but I just got to address this. The fact that Benavidez is saying Canelo's in his head 24/7 is a problem. You need to be thinking about something else besides a man for 24/7. Think about them cheeks. Think about something else. But you focus on Canelo, that's crazy to me.
It is, man. And he had got a big fight coming up tomorrow. So why are you worrying about Canelo now? Wait until after. And plus, the WBC is giving you 10 days to decide as well if you want to stay at 168 or no, stay at 175 or go back down. So why don't you worry about Bosdick? What's right in front of you first? Why is Canelo still an issue for you?
Yeah, and if he loses this fight, it's over. He can say goodbye to those big
Oh yeah,
paydays, big fights. All that's done.
absolutely. And I was saying as well, once I said something about, when I said something about Benavidez and he keeps mentioning Canelo, all the fucking fanboys were coming at me, man. They were trying to ratio me earlier. And I was like, really? You guys trying to ratio me with facts? I'm giving you facts, and yet you guys want to come all over me? I'm like, hell no. Like, I don't give a shit. The fact is, Benavidez, he needs to not worry about Canelo. And why are you mentioning the steroid abuse as well? That's the past now.
Now, I'm going to say this. My brother Royal Ricardo says it doesn't make any sense why Benavidez thinking about Canelo nonstop when Benavidez's wife has some major BBL cheeks too. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Look, man, I'm going to tell you this. It don't make any sense that he's so focused on Canelo. It doesn't make any sense that that's the only thing he's concerned about. You got a fight in front of you that you can't afford to lose. It's your first fight at 175, and it's a guy that you don't know skill for skill is if he's better than you or not. All you have to lean on is sparring. And I don't know. I would hate to overlook anybody. You think he's really overlooking Vosk here?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, I think we'll see tomorrow. I think maybe he'll overlook him for the first few rounds. Then he'll realize his mistake, and then he'll know. Then he'll finally get whatever is up his ass, and finally, and put in the work against Bosdick. I think that's what's going to happen. Do I think Benavidez is going to lose? No, I don't think so. But if he does lose, and as you said, Nuke, it's over. I mean, what else have you got going for you then?
That's true, because then that messes up the bag, that messes up opportunities, that messes up everything. So he better be focused.
He better be.
Let me get to a couple other guys. Mike Rodriguez, what's good with you, my brother? Son of New Jersey, what's good with you?
Son of New Jersey.
What's good?
Talk to me, son. Who's your picks for this fight? Benavidez, Vosk, and Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. What are your initial picks on those fights?
Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The first 5 rounds, Vosk is going to outbox him for a little bit. And then as soon as Benavidez realizes that he's getting a foot put up his ass, he's going to be like, oh, shit, I'm losing the fight. I'm going to turn it up. So he's going to turn it up, I would say, by the 8th round where he's still down on the cards. Around, I'd say, 78, 73 Vosk. And then Benavidez will land a good shot, probably at around round 10, hurting Vosk to the point where Vosk is about to go down. But then I see Benavidez landing multi 3 or 4 blistering combinations to the point where Vosk doesn't know where he's at. And the referee, I think, will stop it by the 10th or 11th round with a Benavidez win and a come from behind victory.
Damn, that's cold. Do you think Benavidez gets hurt at any point in this fight, or he's good?
I'd probably say he'll get hurt. It'll be like the Caleb Plant fight, but the only thing is that Vosk, I'd say, probably has slightly better power than Caleb Plant, you could say. So I think he will definitely connect on David to the point where he'll make David smile, meaning it did hurt David. But I think he could push David back, not gonna lie. I think he could push him back a little bit.
And it's probably because David's going to rehydrate so much. You think it'll be hard for anybody to kind of stop him or drop him, because he's going to put on so much weight.
Yeah, because the thing is, to beat David, you have to have boxing skills and you have to have power as well to keep him off of you. And that's why, yes, Caleb Plant was outworking him for all 5 rounds, but the reason why he lost that fight was because he has no power. Hell, even Demetrius Andrade was outworking this man for like 2 to 3 rounds before he got clipped and got sent straight to hell in 6 because he has no power. So you're beating up on dudes that have no powers, that you're like literally 20 pounds heavier than these dudes. And once he steps in the ring with someone that actually has legit power that can actually match him or that actually is better than him, he's gonna be exposed and gonna be put on his ass. And that's why, Canelo lives rent-free in his head since he loves to suck his name off every time he gets
Who wins the Frank Martin Tank fight?
Not going to lie, I think that fight goes the distance. I actually think Frank Martin's going to surprise us a little bit. He'll get dropped, but I think he'll get up. But I think he'll finish the fight. But I think Tank Davis will beat him by a close but competitive unanimous decision. Kind of like the Isaac Cruz fight. Tank will struggle.
Damn. There we go. Mike Rodriguez, Steel Mill, what's good with you guys? You guys are on the line?
What's good, Nuke?
What's good, my brother? Talk to me. What's your prediction for these fights we got coming up?
Which one would you like first, good brother? Which prediction would you like?
Boston, that'll be the good one first.
I'm not, man. I'm not a believer in David Benavidez, man. I'm gonna just be real with you. I think his entire career, he hasn't been outskilling anybody. He's been outsizing everybody, and that works up until it doesn't. And when you in a division where you're dealing with dudes who are naturally either bigger than you or the same size as you, coupled with being skilled, I can't see an outcome where he's gonna be dominant like we've been seeing him be dominant in. So I think he's about to get vastly exposed and like embarrassed. And I think his home cooking, he's gonna win on the card so we can get this Canelo fight underway, man. But I think it's about to be a bad night for David Benavidez. And a lot of people are, that hype is really about to get dissipated after this fight. And they're gonna see how lackluster he is in his skill set. So I got Vosk winning in the hearts of the fans, but David Benavidez is gonna win on paper.
Remember, you heard it here first from my brother Steel Mills. That's what I'm talking about. Stand on business, my brother. What do you think about Tank Frank Martin? Is that a competitive fight, or does Tank blow it away, or does Frank Martin surprise us? What happens in that fight?
I think it's a competitive fight because up until now, Tank hasn't fought anybody with power and size and skill, man. We can say I think Frank is vastly unproven, but I don't think Tank is as proven as as a lot of people think that he is, because he hasn't been in with the fighters that will prove that you're proven. So I think when you look at someone like I keep getting their names confused because it's so close. Frank Martin, when you look at a fighter like Frank Martin, I think Frank Martin, his fleet-footedness, because he hasn't fought anybody who has feet. He hasn't fought all of his opponents stand in front of him, and they enter unwilling exchanges with him or willing exchanges with him and all that. Frank has the ability to get to the side of his opponents and hit him in the blind spots. He's a big puncher for the division, and he has really good counter-punching abilities as well. Tank hasn't been in with somebody like that. He knows how to lead the dance, and he knows how to stand back and walk you into shots as well. Frank is going to give Tank a lot of looks that he's not acquired to seeing, and it's going to force him to have his wheels spinning. It's going to force him to be apprehensive because Tank is a counter-puncher. He doesn't really lead the dance like that until it's time for him to get you up out of there. And that time to get him up out of there is not going to come as swiftly as we're accustomed to seeing with Tank. And that's going to cause him to work. But I think Tank will figure it out. And I'm debating on whether it's going to be a 12-round decision or a knockout. But I do got Tank winning the fight.
Okay. Mike, are you there? My brother Mike.
He's still been quiet.
Luke.
Mike Rodriguez. What's good with you?
Oh, there
can
you
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Talk to me.
Hey, what's good, Nuke? That Benavidez fight, I got Benavidez winning that fight. Close decision, bro. I think he's gonna win close.
I'm not exactly sure what happened to my brother Mike as soon as he got on
Yeah, that was odd.
That's crazy.
her. Ram, what's good with you, Ram?
I want to talk about the Benavidez one. I also think the steel mill I had, because I just joined the steel mill, to me was speaking facts. I don't think this is a good stylistic fight for Benavidez. I think he's going to get exposed, especially being at a new weight class. I think Benavidez has relied a lot on his size. Benavidez is a great talent. He has been very impressive. However, his size has been a big favorite in most of his fight. That has been a big X factor in giving him a built-in advantage. Now he's going to fight a guy who's naturally strong, who has experience. He has good fights on his resume in Vosk, and I think Vosk is going to expose him. I don't see Benavidez actually even being competitive in this fight. I think the first rounds may be a little touchy-feely, but I think it's just going to get over. He's going to get beat up. He's going to get peppered with shots. I think Vosk is going to kind of get in and out, do that crafty European style, and he's just going to get exposed. His footwork is going to be exposed. His leaky defense is going to be exposed, and his predictability is going to be exposed. And then everybody's going to the Canelo thing is going to go out the window. People are going to realize, yeah, we were waiting over our head saying Canelo was ducking this guy, and he was trying to ride and make a name off the Canelo. I get it, but Benavidez, having watching this sport since I was 15, I'm now 31. I've seen guys like this before. There's nothing personal against Benavidez, but I've seen the hack in the system where he could come in, try to make a name for himself. This doesn't mean his career is over with. He can still get impressive wins, but I think he's in over his head with this particular fight. And I think Gervonta Davis completely is going to win easily on his fight. But I give the guy a chance, though. It's still be a fun fight.
Man, you and Steel Mills is just talking, standing on business today. Oh my goodness, man! I wasn't ready for this energy. I wasn't ready for this. Clavo, what's good with you, my brother? What do you think about what everybody's saying? What do you think about Benavidez Vosk? How's the fight gonna play out?
Oh man, well look, this is actually the fight. The reason why I'm getting the pay-per-view, I really don't give a shit about Tank versus Martin. Let's put that in there. This is the only reason why. So with this fight right here, man, look, there's a really good reason why David Benavidez stayed at 168 for so long. That way we can bully the guys, we can outsize the guys. So this is brand new territory for you. You're actually dealing with the man here. You're dealing with the man with one loss to Artur Beterbiev, a former world champion, a guy who basically almost killed Adonis Stevenson as well. I mean, what's his disadvantages? Age and maybe some speed. So I figured that Benavidez is probably going to win the fight either by paper if Vosk doesn't get him out of there. But to be honest, I think it's actually better for boxing if David Benavidez actually wins. So I actually do got David Benavidez winning the fight, but I have a feeling that he could get found out as well. I mean, he's going to get found out in some way, form, or fashion. We're gonna see him going into new territory that he doesn't even know. So we're actually gonna watch him get dropped, maybe once or twice. It's gonna be another Gabriel fight. That's what I'm expecting right there, man. So he's gonna be surprised, man. He's gonna have to pull something out of his ass to get Vosk out of there. Because if you couldn't get a tired Caleb Plant who was clinching on you, and put it this way, man, Canelo stopped that clinch. Canelo, who's a smaller fighter, was able to get away from that fucking clinch. You big ass motherfucker, you couldn't get Caleb Plant out of there, and you couldn't get away from the fucking clinch like Canelo could. So if you couldn't get Caleb Plant out of there, who was tired, don't got much of a gas tank, I mean, how is it gonna play out with a guy like Vosk, bro? A full-fledged.
Can I elaborate on that,
brother?
Yeah, talk to me.
Go, get it, baby, get it.
Canelo also hit Caleb Plant less than David Benavidez hit him, and he couldn't even drop him, bro. I'm just, David Benavidez is, the dude is wild, one-dimensional, man, not overprotected, but overrated, and I'm kind of ready for the hype train to come to an abrupt stop and derail, bro. I want David Benavidez to win the fight because I would love to see Canelo crash this dude and step on him and shut everybody the fuck up. But I don't know if he's gonna make it to. Well, he'll make it to Canelo because it'll be home cooking. But Vosk is gonna be the one to really highlight them red flags in this game, man. So yeah, I'm fucking with what everybody's saying right now.
Like I personally, for me, I think Benavidez wins, but it won't be, as you say, guys. It won't be an easy fight for him. And I think he will get exposed. Eddie Reynoso, he's gonna take notes, and whenever Canelo gets in the ring with Benavidez, Damn.
All right, now let me JXV88 says Benavidez is a one-trick pony. Vosk should win this fight. So he's standing on business on that. And I'm seeing like, hey, everybody's saying Benavidez is going to get exposed. That's what I'm hearing. What we have not heard from is my brother David. What's good with you, David? What do you think about this Benavidez fight, man? What do you think? Hold on, let me see if David, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk to me.
Yeah, I don't want David to lose because it's going to take away from the Canelo win. So if David loses, all his haters are going to say that he only took the fight now that David lost. So I think it's going to take away from it if David loses his next fight.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So do you think David stops Vosk? Do you think he gets found out? Do people find out that this guy's not the killer we think he is? What is it?
That's exactly what's going to happen. I think David's overrated. I mean, that's just what I feel.
Steel Mills, you got another one. Oh man.
Yes, sir. Keep them coming. Keep them coming, man. Call me Prophet Rahami. You know?
Let's see if we got it. Let's see if we got everybody on the panel agreeing. Ashy Knuckles, what's good with you? Ashy Knuckles.
Oh shit.
Ashy Knuckles, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You can hear me?
Yes, sir. What do you think about turn your stream down. What do you think about Benavidez Vosk? Who wins that fight? Why? How do you see that playing out, Ashley? Hello?
Al Heyman got him?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Now, what was the question?
Benavidez Vosk, how do you see that fight playing out?
I see it like this. I'm pretty sure the people on the panel, y'all seen the interviews yesterday, right? Like the little press conference.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we did.
And as you can see, Vosk is really not talking. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen him talk about how Benavidez beat the shit out of him in sparring, which and everybody gonna be like, oh, sparring is different, but sparring also shows you where a person's skills is also at. So I feel he's gonna walk through this dude, and then the narrative is gonna be Vosk is too old. He's 37 years old, or however old he is. That's what the narrative is gonna be after Benavidez run through him. And everybody said Benavidez is a bum, he's a hype job, but he punishes everybody he's in the ring with. Everybody. And y'all say about Caleb Plant. Y'all also didn't say that Caleb Plant requested for a bigger ring. 11, he had what, 11 feet, 11 by something. Plus, y'all not talking about how the referee was letting him hold and hug on David Benavidez like damn near the whole fight. Like, why is nobody talking about that? Why is that not breaking? Why is that not being brought up?
Say something about the old thing.
Hold on. I have to mute you for a second, Ashley. Some reason, I don't know if you got your phone or your speaker. Something's up really loud when I talk. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Steel Mills reply, Clavo reply, because these two gentlemen, I know they got a lot to go with what you said.
Yo, I mean, I gotta point out the fact that he said, "Oh, go ahead, Steve Mills. Go ahead, bro."
No, you good. Go ahead, big homie. You good.
Okay, man. Look, I gotta point out that he said that he's beating the shit out of motherfuckers. Well, take a look at this, bro. He's oversizing motherfuckers. This motherfucker should have been at 175 a long ass time ago. So yeah, he's actually fucking outweighing all these other niggas. Just like the fucking Charlos. The Charlos don't need to be at 154 and 160. These motherfuckers had the fucking body frame of a fucking super middleweight, possibly almost 175. So there's a reason why they're staying at these lower weight classes, so they can fucking be the weight bullies to all these little bitty fighters. Dog, Demetrius Andrew was coming out at 160, dog. You know what I'm saying? That was a second fight at 168. Bro, I mean, this is the first time he's going to actually fight somebody his own size that he's going to be looking equal to eye with power. This is going to be the first time ever. When was the last time he had a fight like this? Never. Probably never. Probably last time. So I'm just saying, I mean, you can talk about that. Yeah, man, he done beat all these dudes up the way he beats them up, bro. This is a big-ass dude. And that keeps on coming for you. He's a girl. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a big guy. You know, he's got that pressure on these people. Yeah, man. But whenever you got the pressure on people that are smaller than you, well, yeah, man, that's the outcome you're always gonna get, unless the fighter's really gonna skill, bro. You know what I mean? So I don't know why you got to bring up that he's beating up these other guys, bro. There's a lot of fighters that are beating up a lot of other guys. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but the thing is that who are these dudes? Who are these dudes? I mean, we only got what? We only got Android. We got Plant. Maybe Darrell. I'm not giving you Lemieux. Lemieux was already washed, and his best weight is at 154, 160, 160.
Yeah,
160. So I mean, which other fighters, bro? Gabriel.
Actually, Knuckles, what's your response?
He talking about Porky Medina.
My response is this: you say the Gabriel. You say Gabriel. What about Gabriel?
I mean, I'm asking: is Gabriel one of the credible opponents? I mean, what are the credible opponents? I mean, does he have, bro? Gabriel, the one that knocked him on his ass.
Okay, and what did he do to Gabriel after he got up? You know what's crazy? Because his age don't count against Gabriel. But Canelo was green behind the ears when he fought Mayweather.
Can y'all hear him? He's cutting out, or was that?
Yeah, he's cutting out, man. Welcome to Boost Mode.
He lost the fight. They had a rematch, and he punished him the second fight. So I mean, as far as in Gabriel, that's nothing. Plus, he got to fight who's in the division. It's not like it was a bunch of killers in the division. So he had to beat down who they put in front of him. Now he never lost. Yeah, he lost his belt from the UGG activity and from being overweight. I give the overweight a pass on the strength that it was the pandemic. So I'm not going to even hold that against him. But okay, he lost that. He never lost his belts in the ring. You feel what I'm saying?
So
he never lost his belts in the ring. Y'all say he a hype job, but he punishes everybody. If he don't punish him, he sends him to the hospital, man. Stop playing. And when he sent this dude to the hospital, when he beat this dude, man, y'all just make sure. I want to see all these faces back on the panel, and y'all gonna still say he a hype job, right? After he beat this dude up, he gonna be a hype job.
Hold on, Ashley. 1 second. I want to get to Still Mills real quick because I know he got some heat. Still, what do you think about what he's saying?
Still,
yo, man, my shit. Yo, what's up?
So what do you think about all of this? My brother Knuckles over here talking about, hey, we saying David Benavidez is a hype job. He want to see your face back on the panel after the fight because David Benavidez is going to run through this guy and then go get the credit, and everybody's going to make excuses.
Man, I got a few things that I want to hit on. First off, man, when it comes to sparring, now sparring, you do get it. Sparring does tell a story, definitely, and I think you can. It tells. Sparring tells a story. I ain't finna go into the great details of it, but the thing is this: people don't realize that sparring is actually a lot more nuanced than the actual fight when they get in the ring on fight night, man. When you talk about sparring, you're talking about a multitude of partners coming into the ring in one particular session, and you can go into camp way off weight and not even conditioned and prepared to be. You're not even in fight shape at the start of the camp, and that's what Vosk was saying. Talking about that's what he was like. Yeah, I got dominated, man, but I wasn't conditioned to nothing at that point in time, bro. Like, I'm off a fight. You dig what I'm saying? And people are ignoring that, and they keep going with the fact that David Benavidez is the spar king. He didn't beat Bivol up in sparring. Everybody, he's the fuck out of here. I'm like, I'm tired of hearing that. And so let's dead that shit. And now when you talk about Caleb Plant, I don't like the fact that people keep harping on the fact that he was holding and all that. Because my thing is, if you have high IQ and if you're this killer in the beat.
My brother Still Mills jumped out for some reason. I'm not sure what happened here. Let me get this comment. Amazing too. Gervonta Tank Davis's lover. I don't know who this guy is. He said, "Can't wait to Tank
advantage and smack him with a jab on no entry, or hook him off the jab on the entry." You're not doing all of this shit, bro. You're talking about he's beating up all these dudes in the ring or whatever the case may be, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, all right, well, these cats now. They're not necessarily in a position to counter what it is that you're doing effectively as someone like a Vosk. Caleb Plant is a good fighter, and if his gas tank was better, he beats Benavidez pretty comfortably. Because the only reason why Benavidez won that fight is because he gassed. He was off balance for the entirety of that first half of the fight. Easy work. So he's overrated to me. Like he's overrated. Everybody, we're talking. Motherfuckers is entertaining a fight with him and Jaio Pataya and Jim Lampley talking about he can jump up to heavyweight and all that shit. And he hasn't really. I don't even really think he's that proven at 168 pounds. And that's another point that I wanted to make about what it is that you said. There was no killers in the division at 168 pounds, and I disagree with that. The thing is, the killers were overseas in the UK. Everybody is just so close-minded and tunnel vision. Like if there's no dominant American presence in these divisions, that means the division is weak. And it's like, nah, if you was that much of a killer, why the fuck was Callum Smith the motherfucking Ring magazine? Like, why was he lineal? You dig what I'm saying? Why couldn't that just don't make what up?
Steel Mill. Another thing I felt that would have helped Caleb in that fight with Benavidez. That if you remember, I don't know if you remember the Cotto Margarito second fight, because you're not supposed to give momentum to the fighter that's coming forward. You're supposed to kind of meet him in the middle, kind of like Moses with Margarito. But the one thing that Cotto did in the Margarito second fight, he gave Margarito a nudge. He would meet him in the ring, he would nudge him with his shoulder and push him off instead of holding or instead of retreating backwards. I felt if he would have did that instead of like kept going back and giving Benavidez momentum, he should have nudged him and then turn around and spin around and and that would have made him tired. I think that would have made a big difference in that fight. And that's something that Vosk can do. These Eastern Europeans are extremely intelligent and efficient with the footwork.
Facts. Facts.
Let me get hold on 1 second still. I just want to get these two comments knocked out. He says, can't wait when Tank knocks out Frank Martin in the early rounds. Y'all haters gonna make excuses. I'm gonna be back on here. Henry and Lamar supporting Tank. So this is Tank Davis' biggest meat rider. So he will be here after the fight when Tank wins to meat ride. So just letting you know. The second one is, and this goes to everybody else's point on the panel, to Steele, to Ashy Knuckles, to everybody. He says, Phantom Entertainment says, let's not forget that Caleb Plant ate like 100 elbows.
Facts. Facts. Everybody want to talk like because he had a gash on his face as if that came from a punch. Nah, fam, that came from that man's head. Nah, man. Y'all can, man, I ain't hearing that shit about David Benavidez, bro. He got to show me, bro. He got to show me. He got to show me.
Now let me get to a couple other people. G. Jesus Supreme, what do you guys think about this Benavidez? I want to know where you guys stand on this. Benavidez, Vosk, who wins? Why?
Yo, you want to go first? Go first, big dog.
Nah, you could go first.
Hey, check it. What's up, my panels? What's up, IBF? What's poppin'? Everybody good?
What's up, Supreme?
All praise.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Fuck amazing too. Wait until you get on the panel, that bitch ass nigga. Now, two. Yo, I'm gonna definitely Benavidez is gonna beat this guy, man. He is gonna beat him in the later rounds. I'm gonna say probably like the 9th or the 10th round, probably knock him down. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely gonna beat him. I definitely want him to win too. That way we can have a maybe a Canelo and a Benavidez fight. Because I definitely do not want to see Belanga. I definitely don't want to see Crawford. I definitely don't want to see Skull. I don't want to see nobody else. But you know, Benavidez and Canelo. Two, Frank Martin is gonna pull up the upset. All right, 9th round. My man Tank going down, gonna get back up. They're gonna fight. It's gonna be 1 point, Frank, at the end.
Boom.
There it is.
I hope so. I can't stand Tank.
I can't stand him either, but he can
neither
fight.
can I.
He can fight. But remember, listen, when I was trying to say the last time, I wasn't trying to be like I'm not a racist dude, and I love everybody, like I always say, but if you look at Tank's resume, right, his resume, like his pro resume, pro. He ain't really fight like another person similar to him, like a slick fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting somebody that's not going to stay in the pocket, somebody that's going to move, somebody that's going to take them shots when he got to take them shots. You know, that's aware of his left. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting somebody that already study him too. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a different fight. I'm telling you, Tank is acting real awkward, real weird throughout this whole interview, through all this thing. And all that flinch shit that my man did, that wasn't a flinch, man. That's just muscle memory, man. Put your hand up and throw the hand. You know what I'm saying? That's muscle memory, because Tank always put his hands on everybody.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's true.
Facts. That's facts. Big facts.
Jesus, what do you got, Jesus?
Okay, I don't know. For me personally, I got no faith in Vosk. I think this is just a showcase for 175. In my personal opinion, I got Benavidez stopping this guy in the mid to late rounds. I don't really have faith in Vosk right now.
Now, Ashy Knuckles, what do you think about him saying he has no faith in Vosk?
He don't supposed to have no faith in Vosk, and it's funny because before Benavidez, can't too many 98% of people never heard of Vosk. And if they did, please tell me the top 3 people that he beat that makes him a monster that he's just gonna go in here and beat the shit out of Benavidez or even win this.
He almost killed Adonis Stevenson, bro.
I mean, he almost killed Adonis Stevenson, but
y'all just naming somebody, and the only reason why is because what he did to him, put him in a coma. If it wasn't for that, wouldn't nobody know nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you saying
That's why.
like it's nothing. Adonis was one of the heavy hitters in the sport.
Hold on, fellas. Let me get control of this real quick. Ashley Knuckles, let's just keep it a bean. Now, what you said was you can't name nobody he fought to make him a monster. Immediately when he named someone he fought to make him a monster, you dismissed it. We can't dismiss it if they make a great point. Is that fair?
Exactly.
I'm still waiting on the 3.
I said top 3. I ain't say name me one. I said give me the top 3 that he beat that makes him a beast.
Okay.
Who's the top 3 that David Benavidez beat that makes him a beast?
Hold on. So we'll do it both ways. The top 3 of Vosk and the top 3 of Benavidez.
You said what now? I said name me the top 3 that Vosk beat that makes besides Benavidez.
Okay.
That was his only loss.
One second. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the same thing with Benavidez. I want you to name me the top 3 fighters that Benavidez beat that makes him a monster, and then we're gonna have the panel answer the top 3 fighters that make Vosk a good fight for Benavidez. So let's do the same thing. Keep the same energy. Don't ask a question you can't answer. So I'm gonna ask you this: who are the top 3 fighters David Benavidez beat that makes him a monster? Go.
Well, the only good name that I know is Anthony Durrell. That's it.
I can name fighters. I'm saying, listen, if you're gonna ask me a question, let me talk.
Oh no, you got the floor.
Okay. All right. So you say, listen, the first thing you're gonna say is Boo Boo was doodle, but y'all can't say people wasn't ducking Boo Boo. You can't say everybody who he called out wanted to fight him. So you can't call him, you can't really call him garbage. Because it's not like he was getting beat the fuck up because he was putting niggas to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Andre was a blown up 160, 150 pounder.
Listen, you could call him Doodoo. You can call him
Anthony Durrell.
He's a midget, though.
It's only Anthony Durrell and Caleb Plant, 2 solid fighters.
Okay, who else was in 168 that got names that he could have beat on like that would give him a name besides Plant? Besides Plant and Durrell, because Durrell was a champion, right? Plant knocked him the fuck out. He got the belt, right? Right?
What? Plant got the belt after beating Wisconsin, not Durrell. What the fuck? Yeah, Durrell had a belt how long ago? Bro, he was washed that a pillow fisted Plant was able to knock him out. So what are you talking about? Lou?
I'm not sure what's going on.
What?
Bro, he's talking about Durrell. What the fuck?
Keep the same energy.
Durrell was knocked out because he was washed.
So was Kovalov. What's the difference?
Well, Kovalev is bigger than Durrell. Kovalev is bigger than Durrell.
Hold on. I'm gonna have everybody go one at hold on. I'm gonna let everybody go one at a time. As she finish the point, and then I'm gonna kick it to the next.
I did finish my point. I say it's no difference. If he was a wash, he was a wash. What's the difference?
Okay, still.
Okay, let him go.
All right. Well, first off, I think this. I like Durrell, right? I like Durrell, but I do think y'all are super, putting the extras on homeboy, man. Durrell's the same dude that went 12 with Avni Yildirim. And to my recollection, Avni Yildirim was a cherry pick for Canelo, right? So if we keep in the same energy, we gotta hold Durrell to that same standard, bro. You went 12 with a cherry. Nah, son, that shit dead. Now, I'll be a real one to tell you that I can't give you 3 definitive names on Vozdik's resume. I honestly can't. That would qualify, that would equate to his win over Adonis Stevenson. I honestly can't do that. But the thing is this, Adonis Stevenson is a far more reputable win than Caleb Plant and Demetrius. Who the fuck have I fought Andre, bro? Boom. So we not doing that. His loss to Beterbiev is better than Benavidez's win over Andre. If we being 100 about it. Boom. If we being 100 about it. Go ahead.
Go until you take me over. Okay. I couldn't catch it because it was cutting in and out on me. I don't know if it's too many people in the chat or whatever, but kept going on and I couldn't hear everything you said.
Oh. Repeat it,
man.
Repeat it, Mills.
It's your mic, man.
I only heard a little bit of it. I only caught like the ending part. I didn't catch like.
What part did you catch? Well, fuck it. I'll just go. I'll say with Darrell. I like Darrell, but I think y'all are maybe not you, but people are putting. Oh damn. That's a lot of feedback.
Somebody got that Bluetooth rocking.
bro.
So this is what I'm gonna do, Ashley. I need you to turn. No. You probably need to come out and come back on real quick. It's something about his service that's off. I don't know what Boost Mobile got. I don't know how Walmart. I can't really say.
He probably using Spectrum Mobile
right now, my
It
brother.
said Boost Mobile.
Everybody else.
He got one of them fucking.
It was
throwaway
his
phones.
mic the whole time that's been giving us feedback. Jeez.
Yo, he got one of them throwaway phones, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, I want to say something though. Why is he boosting up the win over Android? Who the fuck did Android beat to even show that he was a legit 168?
I can't believe he mentioned Booby. What the fuck?
Who did he beat?
He beat
like Damon Nichols.
he beat Southpaw's mama. That's who he beat.
He beat Damon Nichols. Like, isn't Damon Nicholson the same dude who just lost to Berlanga? And who the fuck is Berlanga? He's trash.
No, he just Damon Nicholson just lost to Mobili in like a round or two. You dig? Like Damon Nicholson ain't about nothing.
And Booby,
bro.
So why the fuck is he acting?
Let's remember
like,
that.
Here's the thing. What I hate is when people try to use accolades from different weight classes to justify a win in a certain weight class. I'm sorry, but you can't use what Andre did at 154 and 160 to show that he was somebody at 168. It doesn't work like that.
So, Clavo, let me ask you a question, Clavo, real quick. Clavo, is Demetrius Andre a guy that, because he was, because what Ashley Knuckles said is that Demetrius Andre, he was calling people out, but because he called people out and people didn't fight him at the time he wanted them to, that means he was ducked and avoided, I guess. Was he really a killer? Was he really a name that you can, pull out your ass like hair and be like, look, this is what I got? Is that a great win?
I mean, dude, when you're fighting Walter Contrandankwas, when you're fighting Luke Keelers, when you're fighting Willie Nelsons, I think the only credible name is Jason Quigley's. But whenever your most credible name is Von Ismanorosian and you got dropped by him, bro, but then you got to pay attention. This is the same guy that's pulling out the Deverenchenko fight, pulling out didn't fight Danny Jacobs, didn't fight Laura, who beat you in the amateurs. Didn't fight Korobov. Didn't fight Zach Parker for WBO interimship. So if anything, this motherfucker is known for the fights that he didn't take, bro. Not for the fights that he took or that he beat, because whoever he beat, I mean, these names are basically, who are they? Nobody knows about them unless you're a real boxing fan at heart. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, bro, I don't see how anybody can call this guy a guy who's crying in his garage, drunk, crying, asking Chris Eubanks for a fight. You know what I'm saying? So no, bro, there ain't no way I can fucking respect that. Now, if you would have stayed on business and if you didn't go into Canelo's press conference when he told you "fuck you, man," trying to clout chase, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe I would have respected you more. But bro, I mean, you don't have anything on your resume. The only thing on the resume you have is David Benavidez, and guess what? When you got put to the test, you got put on your ass and you quit at the fucking store, bro. Simple as that. I don't know why the hell Ashley Knuckles want to hype him up, bro. Go put lotion on your elbows or something, bro, because I don't know what you're thinking coming over here with that praising Demetrius Andre, for real, bro.
Bro, he wants to hype him up because he knows that that's the only way to boost up David Benavidez. You have to hype up the guys he's beat. If you actually go with what they are, how are you supposed to justify having so much hype for David Benavidez? There is none. So that's why they have to boost all those people up. Like literally, and he's also complaining about the referee with Plant. I'm sorry, but isn't David Benavidez rehydrating close to 200 pounds? Isn't this guy supposed to be the physical specimen that all these people are basically hyping him up to be? Why couldn't he cut off the ring? Why couldn't he also wrestle a bit? Try to hit with one arm, try to get Caleb Plant to back off. Like, what the fuck? This guy got so many skills, but somehow like a guy grabbing him just stops all those skills from existing. Like, what the fuck is this?
Wait a minute. We got an expert on the panel. No ducking, no life. This is the man that wears a blouse. This man.
I need to see what shirt this nigga got on, yo.
I'm trying to spin on the camera.
Talk to me, no ducking, no life.
Yo, what's up? No ducking, no life. What's up?
What the fuck happened?
Y'all took
Nigga, yo.
man, y'all heard
We
his
mentioned
feelings,
that
¿Qué le
man.
blouse. You got up out of there.
pasó?
We mentioned that fucking Saturday Night Live Fever shirt. Nigga bounced.
Se fue el pobrecito.
He'll be back.
I mean, look, I'm gonna say this about Bostic, bro. Look, I mean, he only's got two, I guess you could say, credible names: Adonis Stevenson and Arthur Beterbiev, which is the only loss. But if you look back at his resume, he's got Craig Baker, who was like 14-0. When he won the vacant WBC interim light heavyweight title, it was with Medai Amar. He also fought Dodu Ngambu, who was basically 17-0. I mean, he fought people who were basically undefeated. I mean, I could at least give him that. You know what I mean? But I mean, to say that he's got better names, I mean, no, I mean, but I guess Adonis Stevenson will be the only one. But as Mill said, man, this actually win is better than the Plant fight, better than the Andre. To me, it is. I feel like it is too. So I agree 100%.
Definitely.
I agree.
His loss is better than the Andre win, man. You got to think, man, he lost to Beterbiev. That dude has a 100% KO ratio. You dig? And he was arguably winning that fight before he got off, man. Before he got outlined in chalk, he was arguably winning that fight, man. That is a fault. I'd take that loss. I lost to Beterbiev. It is what it is. Then I'd take that loss before I brag on a win over against a Demetrius Andre who ain't fought no fucking body, bro.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
There you go.
Bro, in my opinion, bro, you got dropped by Nicholson. And I don't care what the referee said. By Nicholson.
Hey, no ducking, no life is back on. You should change your handle to no blouse, no life.
No blouse, no life. Yo,
Hey, I got something for all of y'all real quick. I got something for y'all real quick. Who y'all think is gonna win that fight with Matias and Liam Pong?
Matias.
All day.
So what do you think about Matias calling out Regis? Called them out, they videoed each other and everything.
That's a great scrap.
That was a great fight, man.
Yeah, man. That was
make it happen.
I love it.
Please make it happen because they talking back forth and forth. They talking face to face on like that Facebook shit, messenger stuff. So it's gonna go crazy, man. I think that's gonna be the next fight for Matias.
No ducking, no
I need
life.
that.
No ducking, no life. I didn't get a chance to hear from you. Talk to me about what you think about the fight tomorrow. What's your official prediction?
In the beginning, I thought before, like a month ago, I thought it was gonna go to the cards. But now that I've seen everything and heard pretty much both sides, I got Benavidez by stopping by TKO.
Okay.
What round?
10. Round 10.
There you go. Be smart like me. The 10th round.
So you saying Benavidez is just gonna walk through Vosk and just break him down?
I got the same one, 10th round.
Yes,
man, I think it goes to decision, bro.
Oh no, man! This is a guy that has Vosk recently ever fought a 12-round fight. Wasn't they only like 6, 8, and 10 rounders?
I believe so.
Yeah, but he still. My fault. Go ahead.
No. You're good.
Fight with Beterbiev, Vosk. That was a good fight.
Mm-hmm. He's a champion, so he still has that 12-round experience in his bag, man. That ain't about nothing. My thing is this: everybody is so like listen. This is gonna sound crazy, but I don't think you need a young prime Vosk to get to really expose David Benavidez. I'm sorry, I don't think that you need. He got too much in his bag, bro. Like, and everybody keep talking to me about Benavidez is about to go in here and outline this dude in chalk, but he couldn't do it to Caleb Plant, a dude who was ready to go. He was begging to be dropped, dog, and you couldn't even put that man down on the canvas. Canelo hit that man less than you did and stepped on him. That man was ready to go, and you couldn't eradicate this dude, bro. I'm sorry. You talking to Vosk is a higher grade and quality of fighter than a fucking Caleb Plant. And you think you about to jump up in his division and stop him? Bro. Nah.
That's what Ashley
You gotta keep the same energy. You gotta
Vosk
keep the same energy. Once Saturday night comes and Vosk gets exposed, I want to hear you keep the same energy.
Wait, no ducking. Wait. How is Vosk gonna get exposed though? He's already been semi-retired. The fuck?
Yeah, he's 37, bro.
And he's old.
So
you can't expose someone like that though.
He gets no credit. If David wins, he gets no credit. But if David loses, he sucks.
No, he gets credit.
We gotta see.
No, he'll get credit.
It's about we gotta evaluate the tape and see what happens. I want to say this real quick though, because Ashley Knuckles saying Vosk is old. I think being old only matters when the fighter's more athletic than you. Because then the younger fighter is relying on his athleticism. Benavidez isn't really athletic. He's relying on his size and his weight. Now he might even come in slower. He has slow feet already. He doesn't have the nifty feet like Better BF had to walk the guy down and apply
Yeah,
pressure
he's actually
intelligently.
stepping up to the big boys now. Yep.
Yeah, he's very predictable. He always does this thing when after he throws a combination, he does the peekaboo and he puts his hand back up. He's super predictable. Vosk is going to be able to read him. I don't see this being competitive after the 4th round. I'm sorry, I can't see.
And my thing is this:
same energy Saturday night.
My thing is, okay. Well, let me ask you this, man. What is it that you see from David Benavidez that's going to expose a Vosk? Let me ask you that.
To answer your question, we speculate a lot, like, oh, we go based on accolades and this and that. But to be honest, how many times have we seen the favorite get knocked the fuck out? Many times.
Benavidez is the favorite, though, if I'm not mistaken.
So maybe Vosk is superior, is bigger. Maybe Vosk has more experience. He's an Olympic, this and that. But for the same reason, if David gets the job done, he needs his credit for the same reason.
No, we'll give him credit, but there's only so much credit you could give for Vosk. That's the thing. If this was a Vosk before the Better BF fight, after he destroyed Adonis Stevenson, 100% we'll give him credit. He beat the best version of Vosk we've seen. But this is a Vosk that's
I don't even agree with
a
that.
little older.
Bro, I would have given him credit if he won at 175 when he was actually Archer Better be WC mandatory when he petitioned at 168. I would have gave him credit then, bro.
Okay, would have, should have, could have. That don't matter right now. But what I'm saying is, I don't remember what live was it, but it was Benavidez Canelo talk, and there was this guy who mentioned that if for whatever reason David wins against Canelo, it was because Canelo has been in a lot of wars. He's been like fighting a lot. So either way, he will not get his credit.
Are you talking about the live?
But those are just narratives that.
Are you talking about the live where you said that if Canelo beats David Benavidez, he'll go up on the pound for pound list?
No, it wasn't that one. It was another one. No, but the reason I said that is because let's be honest, if Canelo fights Skull, Berlanga or Crawford, that won't do anything to his status in the pound for pound list. At least fighting David, that's a fight that everybody wants.
It's a one. I want the fight, but Canelo is solidified without a fucking David Benavidez, bro.
Exactly.
What makes him climb up the pound for pound list by beating someone like a David Benavidez? How? When he's not even a champion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Munguia wasn't a champion. He took the risk, though.
And he didn't move up on the pound for pound list for that.
Yeah, nobody's making him go up to the pound for pound list after beating Munguia. That's just him beating up a really good young contender. But like other than that, that's pretty much it. You can't make him pound for pound for that. And Benavidez is pretty much similar to that shit too.
It doesn't do anything to the pound for pound. Maybe he stays in the same. Maybe he doesn't move at all.
Hold on, no ducking. Hold on, no ducking. Don't worry, man. I don't worry because Steel Mills, he gonna hurt you, man. You keep coming to her talking like so. I'm gonna get you some backup. Don't worry, I got you backup right here. I got you your backup. I got Ashley Knuckles back on the line. Let me get you a buddy. You can tag him in, and maybe y'all can figure this out. Let me tag your buddy, Ashley Knuckles, please. What do you got to say?
First of all, when everybody was saying I had to throw away Holmes, I keeps an iPhone, man. Stop, man. Keep it real. So, Mr. Numbers guy, you was calling all the numbers about all the people, the records of the people Vosk beat, right? So y'all said Boo Boo ain't fight nobody. Okay, cool. I can't call off no legends that he fight, but call off some of their records. Call off some of their records. Some of the olds that some of the dudes he knocked the fuck out had. Can't do that. Like you said, we keep the same energy on this channel.
Who the fuck did he beat though?
So
he beat nobody.
You got all the stats, right? You got the stats. You saying
you're using shit that he did two divisions and one division below 168. You can't do that.
He be weight bullying, beating up smaller dudes. What about when Charlo fought Canelo?
Exactly.
He wasn't a natural.
Charlo rehydrates and is a big 154 pounder.
We got to keep the same energy.
Wait, do you even know what rehydrating weight is? Do you even know what rehydrate?
Munguia was
Okay,
not
so
a
what?
168.
But Charlo
Munguia
was
wasn't
still a
what
big
a natural
154 pounder. You're acting
on,
like
Jesus.
Charlo was a midget.
Hold on, Jesus. Hold on, Jesus. I'll tell you what. I'm completely fine. I think Canelo's resume is excellent without Charlo. And I'm not gonna give him a cookie for it. I'm not gonna say that means anything. I'm not concerned with that win.
I mean, Canelo's status can't really. There's really nobody in the game right now that can really raise his status. It's ain't nobody saying Canelo's not great. His status is already solidified. He's on Mount Rushmore. There's nothing else more he could do but try to stay undefeated right now until he go out the game. But everybody is not keeping it real. Everybody is not keeping it real. Deep down inside, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know he's really not in a rush to fight this dude. He know it's a possibility he could lose, because if not, he would have fought him already. If I'm calling you out, calling you pussy, my father talking shit to you, I'm the champ. I'm gonna give you what you want if I feel I could take you the fuck out, and there's nothing. It's easy,
So
like
that's
he said.
social
I'm just
media
gonna beat you the
talk.
fuck up.
Who
I ain't
gives a
gonna
fuck
need
about that? That's social media shit.
I'm not gonna need all that money to beat up somebody who I know I could beat. Why I'm gonna need 200 million? I'm already rich. How much more money?
Can you at least send a contract instead of just talking shit though?
He know that he's not gonna never tell nobody that, and none of y'all Canelo fans is not gonna really.
Bro, just send a contract. Why you gotta go all this tough guy? Oh, you're a pussy. Oh, you're a bitch. Oh, you're that. Like why the fuck do you have to do that when you could just send the offer? Like what the fuck?
Yo, hold up.
Hold up. I mean, this is the fight game. You got to be nice. You got to talk nice to him. I thought it was fight.
Just send the paperwork. That's it. Just send the paperwork. Nobody cares about your social media shit.
So I got to talk to you nice to get a fight with you.
Just send the paperwork. And that's all you have to do.
Hold on, fellas. Let me see if I can get Jesus and Ashley Knuckles to agree to this. After this fight, do you want to see Canelo-Benavidez next, Jesus?
Yeah, of course. I would love to.
To be honest with you, I wish I could have had it before this fight. But okay, he's fighting Vosk. Yeah, I definitely want to see that fight next. I don't want to see him fight nobody else.
So we're all on the same page. Clavo, what are you thinking?
I understand all that, but what I'm saying is, don't. I mean, only thing I hate, like I said, I don't take nothing away from Canelo. He's great. I would never say he's pussy or he's a bum. I would never say that because he's great. There is a possibility that he could knock out David Benavidez. I'm not gonna say he can't, but what I'm saying is, can't nobody really sit here and watch this man fights and watch what the fuck he do in that ring and say he's overrated? Why? Because he haven't fought. Why? Because he haven't fought none of the big greats. And only reason why a lot of fucking Canelo, he bounced around. He got to fight a lot of good greats. David Benavidez ain't got the clout like that to fight who he want to just jump around and fight Charlo and fight this dude in this way.
Actually, hold on.
Wait a minute. Come on, man.
Hold on, everybody. One second. Because I don't know if you guys heard that. I heard a body bag coming up, and I just can't control myself. So he said Benavidez ain't had the chance. He could have unified with Caleb Plant. He could have unified with Caleb Smith.
Bro,
he could have went on the.
That's what I was trying to get in, big dog. I was trying to get in on that.
Tell me that this man didn't have an opportunity that we all know he had. But I'm sorry,
bro. The WBC also helped this dude out in 2019. They gave him the #1 spot at 175. So what the fuck?
Yo,
he had the opportunity.
At the end of the day, it is all Benavidez' fault. Look in the mirror. You did this shit to yourself.
Still, hold on. Still, did Benavidez have multiple opportunities to unify these? I mean, Caleb Plant was trying to make the fight. His team said, "No, we got a couple other fights we want to take in front of." It's not anybody else's fault that Benavidez did not unify. Canelo got in the division and cleaned it up in less than 11 months. That ain't nobody else. I mean, am I missing something still? Am I?
No.
Yeah, you're missing
something.
Bro,
Plant even said in the press conference that fucking David Benavidez didn't make the fight way before. And what the fuck did their team say? They stayed quiet. They didn't want to talk about that shit. So what the fuck?
Vosk is there for a retirement check. We shall find out.
Bottom line, bro. Bottom line.
Let's get
All
back
right.
to the
Basically, when he didn't make the fight at the time when Caleb Plant didn't want it, basically y'all saying he was ducking him. So if that's the case, he got in there and he bloodied him up. So what's the difference?
He wasn't a champion.
The way he beat on that man, it don't look like he was scared to me. I don't know about y'all eyes, but my eyes told me he dominated that fight.
Actually,
he lost. You can say he lost the first 6 rounds, maybe, but after that, it was just straight punishment.
Yeah, he beat up a midget. Congratulations.
We just talking strictly Plant right here.
Hold on. The problem that we have here is that he fought Caleb Plant years later after he had already been knocked out and he no longer was a champion.
So what you saying? He aged him out, or he wasn't the same because Canelo knocked him out when he fought him? That's what you're saying?
Well, when you get knocked out and lose your belt,
he just came. Did he or did he not come off a knockout win from fighting Durrell right before he fought Benavidez? Am I right?
It's completely
different. Durrell ain't good.
Hold up. So when Plant fought him, he was washed.
Durrell.
When Plant fought him, he was good.
He was
washed.
Bro, Durrell was so washed. He let a pillow fisted. Darrell was so washed. He let a pillow fisted Plant knock him out. Like what the
Man,
fuck?
I don't care how soft. I don't care how soft your hands is. You get hit in the right spot, you going to sleep. Come on, man. I was a fighter. I know what's up. You get touched in the right spot, you going to sleep.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask this question. I got a question for Steel.
Sit there and laugh and make all the kickly jokes about my lane like you was earlier about putting the lotion on. But that's why my name is Ashy Knuckles, because I used to moisturize them shits on people's faces. Because that's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Sounding tough on the internet, ain't all that, man.
Ashy Knuckles, come on, man.
And the internet,
come on, Ashy Knuckles.
It's easy to sound tough on the internet. It's easy to sound tough on the internet. It's easy to sound tough on the internet. I could do it too, but I don't have to do that.
Bendito. Somebody give him a cheche.
Está llorando el rey. Está llorando.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on.
But I'm saying so whoever took that personal what I just said, that just go. I was talking to the person who said about me putting the lotion on. So the rest of y'all with
But that means you took a personal first. That means you took a personal
maybe some of y'all are
first.
shooters. I don't know. Maybe half of y'all probably never had a fight in your life. I can't speak for y'all. I can't. I say maybe. I'm not saying you have. I say maybe.
Hold on 1 second, Ashley. 1 second. I got a question.
Listen, man. If it don't apply, let it fly. But if you feel some kind of way about what I said,
you extra long with it.
Oh my God.
Look, I got a question with my brother Steel. I've been wanting to ask him this ever since Ashley started talking about Caleb Plant and this Steel. Who do you think fought the better version of Caleb Plant? Canelo or Benavidez? Even though Benavidez had the opportunity to fight him before Canelo, who fought the better version?
Shit, definitely Canelo Alvarez. When he's fresher, he's a champion. He's undefeated.
You said who what the fight was like more impressive? That's what you're saying.
No. Who fought the better version
of him?
David did.
What?
How did David?
In a way, I could kind of agree with that. Listen, in a way, I could kind of agree with that because taking a loss to a fighter like Canelo would teach you how to be a little swifter on your feet and learn from your mistakes. I could kind of agree to that because y'all can't say y'all saying he's worse because Canelo beat him by the time Benavidez got to him.
Nobody's saying he's
worse. Go ahead, Nuke. It's your platform. Go ahead. I cut you off.
Still, you got it.
No one is saying that homeboy is washed. That ain't the point. He's not as fresh as he was because up until that point, he ain't never even touched earth. Canelo dropped him and stepped on him. Now you go into a fight with an L on your record and you're beltless, dog. Yes, you're not washed, but I don't know if you at your apex neither, though.
Okay, well then that counts for, so that counts for when Canelo fought Kovalev. Am I right? Because
he wasn't at his apex when
he just came off a knockout. Listen, man, right before you fought, what's his name?
You projecting.
Come on, man.
Fam,
see, that's what I'm talking about. Right there. Whenever that comes come on, man. I ain't got time to go ring around the rosy around the bush, man. It's a simple yes or no.
I'm trying to give you that if you would allow me the floor, good brother. I got you. Nobody is saying that Kovalev was at his apex. That wasn't the Kovalev that fought Ward. Why we rave so much about Canelo crashing that man is because he jumped up in weight to do it. He's not supposed to be fighting at 175 pounds. And he went up there and he crashed that man and devoed the belt up off of him. Nobody is saying that's him at his best. Nobody has ever said that was Kovalev at his best. Nobody has ever said that was Kovalev at his best.
Okay, then if that's the case, then why is Canelo talking about Benavidez having 25 extra pounds when he fight? When he jumped up
because he does
to fight. What's the difference? I mean, he done fought in a bigger weight. He done fought Kovalev. Kovalev was about what? 180, 190 by the time fight time came? What's the difference?
Let me tell you.
Benavidez is a cruiserweight, man. That's a cruiserweight.
Benavidez is close to 200. That's a 10-pound difference. Man, listen, that's 10 pounds bigger.
Hold on. So y'all got y'all house scale at the fight when he get in the ring. Y'all be know how much he weigh, or he just look big?
People post that in articles
nobody
and
knows
boxing
how much
edits.
he
People
weighs.
post that. What are you talking about?
You also got to realize Benavidez is not in his prime yet. So Benavidez is still growing into his weight. So he's getting bigger essentially each fight. He's getting more muscle. It's smaller muscle, hair fiber. I mean, fibers out here. So he's really not even his full size yet.
He was 200 pounds. He rehydrated to 200 pounds. That's what y'all saying. And
he's
all
gonna
his
get
fights.
bigger. That's the point.
He said that. He said that.
But if
He
he can
walks
make
around
the
at
weight, what's the
200.
difference? If he can make
Bro,
it,
he said
he's
that.
taller than everybody. He damn near
He
6'2".
said that.
So of course
He
gonna
said
fight
that.
more than somebody like 5'8", 5'9". Come on, man.
Exactly. So you're
Man,
you're
let me-
already
lose your
acknowledging
brain, man.
that
Stop
he is a
playing,
200 pounder. So you just acknowledged
Facts.
it. That's
Oh,
a body
God.
bag.
Listen, I didn't say he rehydrates to no 200 pounds.
Body
I said if
bag.
he's gonna rehydrate to about one, when
Oh
he
my
rehydrate, he might rehydrate
God.
to about maybe 185, maybe 190, maybe.
Bro, he literally
Maybe
just said
190.
he was
But he's
200 pounds.
6'1",
It's
maybe
coming from the
6'2".
horse's
So he's
mouth.
gonna
It's coming from the
rehydrate maybe a
horse's
little bit
mouth.
more than
So
somebody shorter than him.
congratulations. You just admitted that Benavidez is 200 pounds. Thank you. Thank you. It's getting to you.
Why is that
Hold
bad
on,
though?
everybody. Hold on one
If
second.
he
One
made
second. I just
weight,
want to
why
clear
is
this
that
up.
bad though? If he
I
made
just want to
weight,
clear this up. And I'm not taking no sides. All I'm going to say is Benavidez did admit that he was about 200 pounds in the ring. He
There
admitted
you go.
that on a podcast.
good for
There
him.
you go.
Good for
His
David.
word.
Bro, and no
Man,
ducking, no life.
listen,
You're saying he made no ducking, no life. You're saying he made weight, but if we go to MMA,
But nothing,
Anthony
bro. He
Rumble
made
Johnson
weight.
made weight. He made 170, and that guy's prime was at 205. So,
Okay, the point is the
Okay,
so,
point
okay.
is
so
you
that's
make the
so
weight
that's
Now let
when
me
you
give
that's
it to
when you
already
you.
jump
you
on the
being a
scale
weight bully.
isn't when you go in for weigh-in, it's to make the weight. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes.
The man
Yes, to
came
make
in
the
under
weight,
2
but
pounds under 168.
Okay.
He
Now
came in like
let me ask
166 against
the
Caleb
D
Plant.
Jesus. D Jesus, let me ask you something.
yeah,
D
sure,
Jesus.
yeah,
Hey,
Go
you're a
ahead, talk.
Canelo fan,
I
right?
don't overtalk
You're a
nobody. Go ahead,
Canelo
talk.
fan, right?
Say that again.
huh?
You're a Canelo fan, right?
You saying
I
my
like
Canelo
Canelo.
fan?
I'm not
Oh,
really a fan of his. I like him, but I'm a fan of other boxers, not
Okay.
Canelo.
But do you keep the same energy like how you're criticizing David like with Canelo or just with David?
just with
No,
David.
I
Just
keep it
with
with
David.
Canelo too
No,
because
no,
when he did with
no,
Amir,
no,
what he did with to Amir
no,
Khan with all
no.
those catch
Stop,
weights,
man. I
yeah, that
listen
was
to
pretty
you a
bad.
lot on this show,
What
man.
was
You
he a
don't
weight
never
bully
keep it.
then?
You don't never keep it a
Huh?
hundo. Stop, man.
Was he a
Stop.
weight bully then?
Yeah, at the time, yeah, he was
Okay,
because who the fuck? Why
then why
would
you
Amir
talking
Khan?
shit? Why you talking
But
shit
wait,
if it's
but
the
you're
same thing?
but why do you have to use stuff from 8 years ago though?
Because
Man,
it
you got to use
happened.
stuff from 8
Because it's a
years ago.
fact.
Yeah,
You gotta
why
take
do
it
you have to
back
go
Like a
back
because it's
little
so long
kid.
facts.
though?
You sound like a little kid that play
The
around. Man, you got to use that from
negative
8 years
stuff,
ago.
the negative stuff that you could find for Canelo happened 8 years ago. Why can't you
What
find
about the
something
Gabriel
recent?
fight? What about the David when he got dropped? That happened years too.
I'm not talking about Gavril though. I never talked about
No,
Gavril.
but
What
you
the fuck?
mentioned it before that he got dropped by a jab.
Yeah.
I never mentioned that.
Oh, you
What?
never. Now you never.
No, I didn't. What the fuck? I don't talk about
Okay.
Gavril. Whatever. That's
Okay.
David
That's what
Benavidez
I'm
as
saying.
a young guy.
And like at the end of the day, you guys could pick Canelo to win for your reasons. We could pick David for our reasons, whatever. But if the fight don't happen, I gotta admit that if the fight haven't happened in the past, I gotta give it to IBFP. It has been David's fault. But if in the future it does not happen, it's gonna be Canelo's fault.
Let me ask you this.
I don't agree with that.
Hold on 1 second. No ducking, no life. Let me ask you this. Do you think it even makes a difference at this point if David Benavidez, if he wins this fight Saturday night, he has an opportunity to either solidify his mandatory at 68 or at 75? Do you think that makes a difference what decision he makes?
I mean, I feel like he's been wanting the Canelo fight more than anything. So I mean, like it's up to Canelo. Like I said, he's the A side. If Canelo were to say like, you know what, I'm gonna shut this guy up, like how he did with Triple G on the third fight, that pretty much he was a 41-year-old guy, and the reason out of Canelo's mouth he says, I'm gonna fight him to shut him up for good and knock him out. How come he cannot shut up David? And he's just like, oh, he's like he don't deserve it. Like 1,000 of excuses he gives. Oh, I fought the Pelan. I have the Billy Joe. I fought everybody. He has gave that excuse more than once. That he starts naming the Mayweather everybody.
But
Well,
it's not
how
really
come he
his
can't
fault.
just
It's
say that
more the
he's gonna fight him
WBC
and shut him
fault.
up?
The
We're gonna shoot
WBC
this
be
still
the
real
one
quick.
flaking.
Hold on, Ashley. We're gonna shoot this still real quick. Still got a quick response for this one. Still, you got the floor.
Go.
The thing is with Golovkin, man, Golovkin had proven to be Canelo Alvarez's contemporary, especially after he beat Danny Jacobs, man. He's proved to be lock and step to where Canelo didn't have a choice but to go holler at him. Golovkin is a greater fighter than David Benavidez. I gotta go see that man. He had to go see him. You don't gotta go see David Benavidez. I'm sorry, you don't. Who the fuck is he?
Oh,
Y'all keep
so
dragging his man.
then. He should fight Skull.
So
who did you?
no,
Okay, answer me.
no.
Who should Canelo fight? Whoever he
Who
wants.
do I want him to fight? No. Ask me who I want him to fight.
Who he should fight. No, it's who he should fight. The number one contender, right?
He doesn't need to fight nobody. He can retire and he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Let's stop playing games here.
So just hold all the belts, right? Just hold all the belts.
He's not retiring.
So no. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I want him to fight David Benavidez. I want him to fight David Benavidez. He don't need to fight nobody. Why do y'all keep making it seem like he got to go fight this dude?
Because
why does he need to?
Listen,
I'm
tell you the reason why. Because who is it else left for him to fight?
You acting like he can't go holler at Vosk.
No. Give us a name. Give us a name. Who else? Who else?
Give us a name.
Fight?
Crawford.
Yeah, give me a name. Who he should fight that deserve it? I'm talking about the deserve to fight.
Christian Mobility.
I ain't talking about no legacy fight. I ain't talking about legacy fight. You calling some legend from another weight class.
Okay, what has Billy done?
What separates David Benavidez from somebody like a Christian Mobility?
You said what's up? Because he's the WBC number one contender. WBC told him if he beat Caleb Plant, not Caleb Plant, but Boo Boo Andre, he's next up for the belt. He did it, they still let Canelo go do what he want. That's why.
You do realize mobility's a mandatory as well, right?
So
you do realize that, right?
Listen, man, hold up, man. Listen. So if your dream is to fight at 168 pounds and you are the number one contender, you supposed to lay back and just chill and wait for the champion. Just let him do what he wants. You can't get your dream in life. You can't get a shot at the belt, even though you're the number one contender that been the so-called number one contender for how long?
Fam,
who knows?
You acting like
3 years. Some people say 2. Some people say last year. I don't know.
Fam, you do realize this man has been a champ. He's a 2-time champion, right? So let's not play that game like he ain't never been a champion before. He fucked that up.
But he lost his belt due to a weight loss. That was during the pandemic.
That's besides the family.
You act like this man could have got around was shit shut down or not during the pandemic?
Why we gotta go back to the bro?
Because he was overweight. He was overweight.
Family.
That's the excuse. The pandemic.
Exactly, bro. What are we doing here? Come on.
COVID affected everybody.
We're living on
Before the global shutdown, there were 2 champions in the PBC stable, which was him and Caleb Plant. Homeboy didn't even unify. Y'all didn't even think much of this man to hold him to the standard that y'all are holding Canelo to. Y'all didn't have that man. Y'all didn't obligate that man to go unify or go even fight any sort of quality opposition. Y'all was cool with him fighting the Porky Medinas and all that. Y'all ain't say shit about that man fighting nobody of note. Just for when Canelo to jump up, just for Canelo to jump up, do the heavy lifting, unify the division in under a calendar year. Now he's obligated to go fight a fucking underachiever in David Benavidez, man. Let's stop playing games here, my good guy. Come on, man.
But the bottom line, it's not about what he should have did with Caleb Plant, because the bottom line is he fought Caleb Plant. The point is right now he is the number one contender. We ain't talking about what happened before.
Can I ask you a question?
He don't plan out. Plan is
based
through
on that
already.
standard.
We talking
Okay,
about
based
right
on that
now.
standard.
Right
do,
now.
Do you think Floyd? Can I ask you a question? Based on that standard, do you think Floyd ducked Keith Thurman?
Yes, he ducked Keith Thurman.
He's to the corner.
Okay,
unless you fair.
He's to the corner. And I'm a Floyd fan. And I'm a Floyd fan because I can keep it 100 because I know what ducking is. When you keep making all these excuses and playing any and everybody,
there's always going to be a new young person to fight
for you. Then it's ducking. I'm gonna call it for what it is.
When you get to Canelo and Floyd's level, there's always going to be a new person to fight. That's what you don't realize. It's always going to be this new guy around, and he's at a different stage
have
in his
Canelo
career.
and Floyd in the same conversation.
Hold on 1 second. We have a question for Knuckles here. Cable God said, "Watch Vosk win. I'm gonna laugh." Mike Trade says, "Hey Knuckles, and no ducking. Why didn't David Benavidez fight Archer Better BF? David petitioned to go back down and weight to 168 pounds, and he could have got the smoke with Better BF before this unification with Bivol. You guys care to answer that?
I'm gonna answer it. He didn't fight him. He didn't fight him because he wanted to get his skills up more. Come on, everybody talking like Benavidez ain't a beast. He know what he is.
He didn't fight him because he didn't want to jump up and find out.
The stories is Benavidez give out concussions and make people quit in sparring camps. All the boxers know about that. All the professionals know that. They all fight around and spar with the same people. So they know they know who to fight. And y'all not using that like that's not a factor. Like these people don't know, like, yo, this dude's a beast. So he know what he was. So of course he gonna fight Plant and work his way up to try to get the winner of either Bibble or him. He's not gonna just jump in there with an animal. Who would do that? You're dumb.
Actually, let me ask you a question.
Plus, he was trying to get this 168 belt, so of course he's not going to just jump up and fight him and take the loss. And then that definitely give Canelo a reason to be like, "Oh no, I'm not going to fight you. You was a bum. You let him knock you out." So no, that'd be stupid.
Let me ask you a question. So that's an interesting statement that you made. Now, here's the thing: if David would have fought Beterbiev and somehow won that fight, he would have had, a couple titles up there at 175. That would have helped make a Canelo fight for him right then and there.
Nah, because if he would have beat Beterbiev, Canelo was not going to fight him.
True.
Canelo wasn't going to fight him if he beat Beterbiev.
Hold on. Actually,
he ain't jumping in the ring with him. He beat up Beterbiev. Stop, man. Especially if he knock him out or make him quit or TKO him. Stop, man.
You extra long-winded, my brother. Hold on. Let me put you on mute while I get this point out. The only thing I'm going to say is Canelo fought Dimitri Bivol, undefeated, prime world champion, 175, had no problem with it. Before he fought Bivol, he had reached out to Top Rank to try to see if Beterbiev was available. So it looks like Canelo had no problem fighting. And the 2 times he did fight at 75, they were both world champions, Bivol, Kovalev. So that trend right there would indicate that if somehow David Benavidez became champion by beating Beterbiev, then that would have led him right to a Canelo fight. Because right now, Benavidez doesn't have anything that really entices Canelo into a fight, like a belt, like a legacy status. Now, if he had those belts from Beterbiev, that's a pound-for-pound fight for Canelo right now. Him and David Benavidez, if he snatched those belts. Right now, I want to see Canelo Benavidez because there's a lot of pundits, there's a lot of talk, and it's still a money fight. But if he goes up there and snatches those belts, now that's a legacy fight. Now you change in force. But right now you acting like that made no sense. And then one last thing, Ashley, you said he wanted to get his skills up. If you wanted to get your skills up and you didn't want to fight Beterbiev, then why were you calling out Canelo? Because he's a Hall of Famer, just like Beterbiev. So at the end of the day, if you want to get your skills up, then take your bike, go home, pat your ass with some lotion. Because that don't make no sense.
So you said he needed all that. He needed all that to get a fight with Canelo, right? He needed to get the belt. Hold up, man. You did all the talking. You getting long-winded right now. You getting extra long-winded right now. Okay, I was on mute, remember? So I didn't have a chance to cut you off.
My bad. Go right ahead.
So you said he had to get all that to get to deserve. I mean, really, to have to give. Listen, you say he needed all that to even give Canelo a reason to want to fight him, right?
No, I didn't say he needed to do that. I said if he did all of that,
you saying that would have made it more enticing for him, right?
Fight sooner.
But that would have made it more enticing for him. That's what you're saying, right?
Absolutely, made it more enticing. Doesn't
okay, then. So what did Ryder have? What did Ryder have that made it more enticing? What did Jaime Munguia have that made it more enticing for him to fight him?
So
what did Clavo have that made it more enticing for him that he was going to get?
Clavo, what you want to say to that?
Go ahead. No, I'm asking you, Abi, because you was the one.
I know you asking me, but I'm gonna get. Hold on, Ashley. Get some knuckles, wipe your palms off. This is a panel show. I've already made my statement. I'm gonna give it to my brother. Clavo, did you want to answer that one?
Bro, I mean, it's really not complicated, bro. Look, David Benavidez is a natural cruiserweight. He started fighting at cruiserweight. He actually got into boxing to lose weight, so he is actually a natural cruiserweight now, bro. So regardless, he's been down at 168 for almost a decade. He's been a champion, not once, but twice. And when did he try to unify? With the Combs, with the Billy Joe Saunders, with Caleb Plant in 2019.
Okay, and I understand that, but you keep talking about what he should have did. We talking about right now. Now that he won a fight. When he's saying let's get it on, let's get the contract. We ain't talking about with him unifying. Because you're making a point. You're making a point that don't even make sense right now. We talking about right now, being that he's the cash cow. Right now, Canelo could be like, I want to fight David Benavidez next, and they would make it happen. Am I right or am I wrong?
Well, no.
Am I
Because,
right
look,
or am I wrong?
Well, hold on.
You're
It's
right.
because you're giving Canelo issues, bro. Everybody's talking, oh, Canelo's he's ducking this, ducking that. What about David, dog? He fucking failed. He failed a drug test. He lost fucking weight.
Listen, he didn't fail a drug test that's going to help you. He's failed for cocaine. He ain't for no clobutyrol. Something that's going to give you an advantage.
It's
So
a drug
it's the
test.
difference.
Hold on,
It's the
Clavo.
difference.
It's a drug test.
Hold on, Clavo. I think what we're missing here, Ashley, is you're not quite understanding. It doesn't matter if he fell for clean or if he fell for cocaine.
I understand that, but the point I understand that, but I'd rather get popped for some weed than.
Hold on. Did he lose his belt because of it? That's a yes or no question, sir?
Yep.
I didn't hear that. What's the question?
Did he lose his belt because he popped for
Yes,
cocaine?
he lost his belt because of that.
Yes.
Did Canelo lose his?
I got it long-winded again, my brother. Because he lost his belt, it screwed up a potential unification fight with Canelo. The things you do outside of the ring mess up your opportunities. Canelo don't need him. David needs Canelo. So if that's the case, you need to not powder your nose. You need to stay out of Taco Bell. You need to do your sit-ups. You need to go running. You need to be on your best behavior so you can get the fight you want. You're not going to get the fight if you keep shoving shit up your fucking nose. You're not going to get the fight if you keep eating every fucking thing that's around the house. Stop eating your kids' cereal and sit your fat ass down.
That was years ago, IBFP.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
It don't matter. He was drunk at a fight. He was drunk at the Pacheco fight, man. Y'all keep talking about this was years ago, like he's still not displaying signs of degeneracy right now.
But September is coming.
What are we doing?
September
You
is
were
coming
screaming
up.
too loud. I couldn't
This
hear you.
nigga
brother.
gave
Say
his
that again.
chain away. What kind of shit is that?
He said that
September
David
is
Benavidez was
We'll
drunk
see.
at the Pacheco fight. He's still showing signs of being undisciplined, and he's supposed to be in camp for Vosk. Are you concerned about that, Ashy?
Nah, what am I concerned for? What am I concerned for? He can't go out. He can't go out to a fight and have a good time, have a few drinks. That's what y'all saying.
Not when you in camp, fam. You a fighter, man. You know better than that.
You know why?
Nah.
Listen, man.
Nah.
How
No,
long ago
the
was
answer
that? When
to
that
that
happened?
is no.
What month was that?
That
What
was
month
a
was that?
couple months back, my guy. That was a couple months back.
How many
It's not
nights
like
you
it
having
was-
to stop, man? You gonna have one night out that's gonna affect him. Y'all acting like he out here drinking every night. You acting like he was drinking every night.
Wow.
Fam, that's bizarre. Earl wasn't out here drinking every night to our recollection.
Well, I'll tell
But
you
did they
what.
stop him from crashing his Ferrari?
I'll tell you what to cut through this
There you
argument
go.
about the drinking. When he punished him, when he beat old boy tonight, just make sure you know he did that on that drink. That's all. He did that while he was drinking.
You mean tomorrow night?
Okay, cool. I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that. But one thing I want to ask you is this, beloved. Why y'all got all the venom for Canelo Alvarez? My fault.
Thank you.
No. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You dig? I'm a conscious brother. You dig what I'm saying? That's how we speak in the conscious community. Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. For all the venom you got at Canelo, why are you not aiming that energy at that? My dude, you do, and it's all good. You do, and it's all good. Why are you not aiming that venom at David Benavidez when all homeboy got to do is activate his mandatory, bro?
What you mean? Hold up. They just listen. They
and he's on record with saying that he would wait until September. He said this last year.
I'm trying to answer your question.
But I got more to that question as well.
But you can't ask me too many questions. I'm trying to answer them.
I'm asking you two questions, doggy. I'm asking you two questions. Why are you not banging on David Benavidez for not activating his mandatory as that man's mandatory? And for two, why are you dismissing the fact that he agreed last year to not activate his mandatory until September? He said that last year. Why does that never get brought up? The floor is yours.
You said, I told you had blanked out. I couldn't hear you, man. Say that again.
Why did he not activate his mandatory, my brother?
So he got it. So why he have to go through all that when he was supposed to be the mandatory to fight him after he beat Landry? Think about it. Like, why you
Hold on, Ashley. Hold on. I need you to relax. So understand this. You don't answer a question with a question. Even my kids know that. You don't answer a question. I ask you a question, you ask me a question. That means you don't want to answer the question. So once again, why did he not simply activate his mandatory?
I don't know why the man don't do it. I can't speak for him. I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm just a fan.
Because he knows.
I'm just a fan. I can't tell you why. I don't think it's so. So what y'all saying? He don't want to activate it because he's scared of him. That's what you're saying. You don't want to fight.
I'm saying, y'all, he doesn't do.
No,
y'all are
man.
not gonna indict him to it because
he had the opportunity. It ain't about being scared. He had the opportunity to do it.
Exactly.
Why did he take that
But listen,
opportunity?
Hold on.
It's not about being scared.
Hold
on 1 second.
Why should he have to do all that when the cash cow himself?
1 second, Ashley. 1 second. No ducky, no life. Are you still there?
I am.
Let me ask you this, because you're riding with Benavidez as well on the same page. Why did David Benavidez not activate his mandatory?
He didn't want to. That's why.
Why didn't he want to activate his mandatory? What logic does that make, not wanting to activate your mandatory?
Logic to that,
yes.
I'm going to say it in David's words. He said that there was nothing else left to do at 168. If it wasn't Canelo, like, he had no reason to be there, so he moved up to 175.
I'm sorry, Blau. That does
sense.
not answer the question, bro. That's something else entirely. So he said there was nothing else left to do as far as in a division of other people. We're talking about activating a mandatory to fight the guy with all the belts.
Okay.
Why didn't he activate the mandatory?
Now that my answer to that is I don't know, but I want to.
So we got two I don't know.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
We got two I don't know.
Actually, the best answer, bro. The best answer for that is because if he knows, if he would have put in that paperwork, he will only be entitled to 20% of the fucking purse bid, which will not been good enough for fucking David Benavidez, bro. That'd have been one of the main reasons why not.
Okay, now let me tell you this: Did David said that if he lost to Canelo, would have donated all his purse? Did he say that? Yes or no?
What the fuck does it got to do with
anything?
We don't give a fuck about that. It's what's written in the contract that matters. Nobody cares about wordplay.
Also, when you activate the mandatory clause,
you guys are not answering the question.
When you activate the mandatory clause, the champion also gotta agree to fight
it's a yes
for
or
the
no
price.
question.
Okay, we should have to activate it.
200 million or 150. That's the only way he's gonna.
No, he doesn't. No, he don't.
So now
bro.
Canelo
He don't.
Now Canelo changed his mind now.
No, what I'm gonna say is, hold on. Before the dude who was asking the question, man. Yeah, the dude who was asking the question beforehand. I cut you off, man. My fault. I'll get back to you, Ashley. I don't like being disrespectful. You know, you can finish your question, my man. I think it was no duck and no life. He was asking a question.
Yeah, you guys are all quiet. You guys haven't answered my question. Did David say that if he lost? Did he say that? Yes or no? If he lost, he would have donated all his purse. Did he say that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Simple as that.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Okay, then.
No, but it's not relevant. So who gives a fuck?
Okay, so why didn't he fucking activate it? I don't care what he's saying. He could say the purse, the rent, whatever. Why didn't he activate it? That's the question.
Supreme, like you say.
Tell me, my brother.
Okay, Ryder
Don't
and
you think it's kind of funny out of everybody Canelo fight, he's the only one who got to activate a mandatory clause?
Exactly.
Why is that?
That's where I was going. Did Ryder, Fielding, Munguia, did all of these guys actually activate their mandatory, or were they actually?
Yes.
No, it wasn't like that.
Bro,
they were
Rocky
mandatories
Fielding
the same as they were just mandatories the same as David, because David is mandatory as well. The difference
it's funny that he the only one out of everybody that got to activate a mandatory clause. He just can't get straight up, shake your hand, I'm gonna fight you.
Yes, this is wild.
Hold on, bro. If y'all ain't watching what the fuck is going on, we can all see that the WBC is the most lenient sanctioning body. Because right now, what is the IBF doing? They're actually putting that mandatory of skull on Canelo. What did the WBO do? They put that mandatory actually on Ryder. These sanctioning bodies are doing it on their own. The WBC has been the most lenient sanctioning body, bro. Y'all should actually know this if y'all been watching this shit.
What about Ryder? Okay, okay. Let's say you're right.
Hold on, one second, no ducking. 1 second, because I got an issue here.
Go.
I think the point that's being made when you look at everything is simply saying if David Benavidez activates his mandatory, he sets forth a sequence of events that will lead him to the fight. And if Canelo don't want the fight, if Canelo can't be forced into the fight, then he'll drop his belt. He'll look like a pussy to the world. David will take said belt and then show everybody this guy was too afraid, but he skipped a complete vital step and then moved up. That's what we're missing here. The thing you do next is to do that, activate your mandatory, force him to fight you. That's actually why you activate it, is because he don't want to fight you.
And listen, the last time that happened to Canelo, what happened? What he do?
He's in negotiation. Hold on, Ashley. It just actually happened. It just happened right now. And what's
we're
happening
talking about
right
before this dude right here.
Hold on, Ashley. Wipe your hands off with some lotion. 1 second. All I'm telling you, it actually happening right now with William Skull, and he's in negotiations. It's been extended for another week, so we'll see how that plays out. What you should have done is not skip that step. You too worried about what the past is. We're not talking about the past. Make him look like a pussy today. Make him look like a coochie today.
Hold up. How you talking about we stuck in the past and y'all talking about why he didn't unify? I mean, why he didn't do all that with Caleb Plant? That was the past. He beat Caleb Plant already. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
Well, the story that Nuke is talking about is still being played out. We can put the bed to rest. The Benavidez and Caleb Plant thing. That's a done deal. This situation is still being played out, so we can revert back to the past. You dig what I'm saying? It's what he's saying is logic, bro. It holds merit. It holds merit. I want to ask No Duck in No Life. I want to ask you, bro. Like, what was the point that you was trying to make with him talking about his, donating his purse to charity and all that?
What was the point that I was trying to make? The point is that it's been in several interviews. Almost all the time, David gets asked, and it's the same for Canelo. Every time David gets asked a question, it's pretty much about Canelo. And likewise with Canelo, every time he gets a question, he gets asked about David because that's a fight. That's the most lucrative fight at the moment. And that's the fight we all want. Whether you are rooting for Canelo, whether you're rooting for David, it don't matter. You guys, I'm pretty sure you guys want to prove your point that Canelo's better. We want to prove our point that there's a reason why Canelo is asking for $200 million. He learned from Bivol's loss to be like, hey, you know what? Might as well be worth it. Might as well make some money, and might as well be the money be worth the humiliation.
I hate to interrupt you.
I'm on mute.
The only thing is, I feel like this is when I see my kids say something wrong. I have to stop him and correct him. And you said you learn from Bivol. Completely different situations.
I mean, I'm lost. I thought it was going to be about the donation. Look, man. Look, I can't believe that we're actually still talking about Benavidez. Actually, didn't we just hear him on the Henry Cejudo and Usman podcast saying that he's done at 168? Didn't he say that the WBC sent him a paper saying to sign whether you are done at 168 and you're moving to 175? So basically, all this talking that we're doing don't even fucking matter because he's actually showing that he's going to be staying at 175. And let me remind y'all, he went to 175 right before his mandatory is going to be activated in March, bro. It's simple, bro.
So what's going to happen? So what's going to happen? So what do y'all think is going to happen with this?
One time only.
So what do y'all think is going to happen with this Skull dude?
Everybody talking over each other, one at a time.
So what do y'all think? So what do y'all think they're going to do with the Skull dude? I mean, the decision on him fighting him.
He's either going to pay him step aside money.
That's what's going on.
Canelo's historically known. Look,
Canelo's I'm saying I mean, step aside money to fight who though? Like,
I don't know.
Benavidez. I think that fight happens this year.
I listen. I don't even think it's going to happen this year. I think he's going to fight him, but I think he's going to fight him like because everybody say he's not retiring for another 5 years. I don't know. He might not even have the hunger for another 5 years. He done did it all. So I think he's going to use because he know that's probably going to be the biggest payday.
So what's the
besides Crawford? So I think that's going to be his ride off into the sunset fight. He can look at it as if I win, okay, he don't mean nothing. But if I lose, oh, that's it. That's my, it's into my career. I'm riding out anyway and just dip off with this money.
So what the fuck were we arguing about then, man?
I'm not arguing. I was just my point was Benavidez wasn't no, he just wasn't no anybody, like just nobody. That was my point. I wasn't arguing nothing else but that.
Hit kid. Let me ask you a question. Who do you got winning this fight? Benavidez, Vosk, and how do you have him winning it?
I have Benavidez round 11 stoppage. I think he might struggle in this fight. I think this fight's going to be a war. I'm very worried David could lose this fight because if you look at all the media and everything this week, it is screaming to me overlook. It is screaming to me overlook. What Benavidez is doing.
Do you think not only the media, but do you also think the fact that what do you think of a fighter drinking during camp when he was drinking at the Pacheco fight? Does that concern you at all?
That's what I mean. I think he's overlooking this fight. And I said that, the night of it, if you remember, when we went live, I think a few days later, I said him being drunk at that Pacheco fight, you have a fight in a couple of weeks. That's not a good look. Let me be clear, I'm picking Benavidez because I want Benavidez to win so we get the Canelo fight. That's the only reason I'm picking Benavidez. No, if Benavidez loses, I'm cloning his ass tomorrow night.
Well, you might as well don't pick Benavidez because he's not fighting Benavidez after that fight.
Well,
you don't know.
We don't know. I'm sorry.
No, we know. We know.
Before you cut me off,
we don't.
Fucking don't. Like, sit down.
Well, we gonna see.
Let me speak.
Don't. Let
me speak.
Go ahead, kid. Go.
The only ways we fucking know are the following. Benavidez has 10 days. The only ways we know is either Benavidez runs to 175 and confirms it with a WBC, because right now we believe Canelo's paying step-aside money to William Skull. That's why the purse bid has been cancelled twice now. Like, I think the step-aside money going there. I think Canelo wants to make the fight. If Benavidez runs to 175, then it's a duck by fucking Benavidez. I know we've been saying, no, Canelo has to fight him. Benavidez goes up to 175, that's a duck. I'm sorry.
Listen,
he has 10 days.
Right, so if Canelo don't agree to fight him, why would I come back down to 168 when I could go and fight the winner of Better Be and
undisputed?
He'd be undisputed if he beat the winner of Bivol and Better Be.
Do you have him beating Bivol Better Be?
You
do
say
you
what?
really think he's gonna fight them? Do you really think he's gonna fight them too?
Because I sure as hell don't.
You say you don't think he can beat him? Listen. If this is the only way I could determine this. If the way Vosk had touched up Better Be before he knocked him out in the 11th round, if he could be touched. If David Benavidez could put hands on him like the way Vosk did, I think he could beat him.
Bro,
it might be a point. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be about confidence, but I think he could beat him. Listen, David Benavidez. Listen, do y'all watch his fights? He's like one of the only fighters that throw heavy combinations, man. Everybody be a lot of one shot, a lot of 1-2.
Quiet.
Man, what is you screaming about? Stop screaming. You don't gotta scream,
bro. Because you're fucking deluded. That's why I'm screaming. I'm actually coming with energy.
Listen, man, opinion is like an asshole, and everybody got one. So don't say my opinion. Don't say my opinion is just as dumb as yours.
You're being
your
an
opinion
asshole.
could be just as dumb as mine. That's just your opinion, and I got my opinion.
Pinata ping-ponged by Caleb Pletcher. Doesn't
First
really
of all,
have
man,
power.
you always this is not my first interaction with you. Every time I say something, you be the only one on here screaming like you about to bust a fucking vessel in your brain or something. Man, calm down, bro. Calm down. Slow your roll. I understand, bro. I understand. Just calm down. Calm down. Don't talk to me like I'm one of your kids or something. Just calm down, man. It's not that serious.
Bitch, you may as well be a kid with a stupid opinion like that.
Okay.
Well, I don't really want to do.
He's fucking delusional. That's all.
I'm sorry. He doesn't like box Bivol, and he gets fucking stopped by Benavidez. I think he gets stopped by
round 8 or round 9. I got either round 8 or round 9.
Hold on. No, Ducking had a
question. Oh my!
Okay, wait. Let no Ducking, no life say his thing.
You go.
Take a breather, my brother. Take a whew. No Ducking. What was your question?
Yo, hey kid, salute. You know I love you, man. No Diddy, but I got a question for you, man.
Go on.
Hit kid. So if I'm not mistaken, I think you said that if David goes to 175 and let's say fights the winner of Bivol Beterbiev, that's a duck. How does that make sense if he's going with the big boys? Explain to me.
To answer that.
Because then it's him running from Canelo.
No, let him.
No, because then it's him running from Canelo.
No, don't say it that calm. You can start yelling again. Don't say it that calm.
No. I'm answering it. I yelled at you because I completely disagreed with your opinion. Go on. Next part.
Let's completely say that Bivol takes to school Beterbiev. Bivol wins like in a.
I'm picking Bivol, by the way, in that fight.
Let's say Bivol
when Bivol beat Canelo, so I don't see how that's a duck if he's going to fight them.
Now let's say David goes up and fights for undisputed at 175 against Bivol. How is that a duck?
Ducking, he beat Bivol. Bivol beat Canelo.
Please,
Not even at all.
He ain't beating
How is that a
Bivol.
duck?
He ain't beating Bivol.
No, let me.
No, but let him explain.
Guys, let me answer. I think it's a fair answer. Okay. Because I get it, he's chasing undisputed. They both are. But the thing is, the reason why I would say it's a duck with Canelo is because Benavidez has been coming out saying Canelo doesn't want to fight me all this time, and we've seen that for years. And he could have activated the mandatory, March 30th. If you then go take a mandatory spot, and even though it's an undisputed title shot, and I fully get your argument with that, but if you go to take a mandatory title shot when you've been calling this guy out, who is the undisputed champion at the weight you originally fought at, you've been calling him out for, 3-4 years now? But then you decide to go to the higher weight and take the undisputed there instead of fighting the guy when you have, your mandatory where it's penciled in. You stay at 168, you're fighting Canelo. That, for me, is a duck.
Boom.
That's my reason.
That makes sense.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead, BSP. You had something to say about one of my questions.
Yeah, what bet is? Hold on, let me just read these 2 comments and I'll let you do it. What bet is safe for Benavidez or Tank for 900? I'm gonna say Tank. I'm gonna say Tank.
Tank.
I know you said Benavidez. I'm gonna have to say Tank.
No,
Tank.
I say Benavidez.
I'm telling y'all, man, and you know what? Maybe after this fight tonight, maybe some of y'all might gonna give him his props a little bit. I ain't gonna say y'all gonna roll with him, but you might give his props a little bit. I'm telling you, man, David Benavidez is different, and when he run through this dude tonight, because I'm telling you, I'm predicting round 8 or round 9. Y'all talking about?
Can I ask you a question?
I'm talking about Stevenson, man.
How come Benavidez ain't fight David Morel? I'm just curious.
Because David Morel got what, 11 wins, and he's supposed to go down there and fight him when he's supposed to be the next.
He could have warmed up for Canelo. He could have warmed up for Canelo.
He could have
warmed up for Canelo. You know why he won't do that? Because he get his ass smoked. He get his ass smoked. He was running. He's running from him. He's running from him. Guess what? My man's going up to 175.
His warm up.
He's running from him. He's running from him, bro.
His warm up.
You cannot say nothing. You cannot say nothing. That's gonna say anything right now.
Hold on, fellas. Let me get a little order.
Tell him he was mandatory after that fight. Yes or no?
Hold on, fellas. Let me get a little order. Ashy, what you said is that he didn't want to fight Morel because he only had like 11 fights. The only problem we have with that is David Benavidez had already been on record agreeing to fight him. Why did he change his mind?
Anybody? All right, I'm gonna answer your question. Did anybody in here watch the David Benavidez interview with Jackson, old boy that retired?
I don't want to hear about no interview. I don't want to hear about no interview. I want to hear why you didn't
don't want to hear about the interview.
Why you don't want to fight him? Why didn't you want to fight him? It's nice and easy, dog.
All the questions y'all asking me.
Okay, listen. If Benavidez is a beast, like we say he is, he's a beast, he's a monster. Why he didn't just take on this guy? Why he didn't give him a chance? So let me just fight this guy, David Morel, and bust his ass real quick and show these people I'm about that 168. I'm going to take over this shit.
And that was going to give him the fight with Canelo?
I'm telling you right now.
It's a simple yes or no question.
Why didn't he fight him? I just want to know why didn't he fight him? And I don't want to hear 11 because he had 11 wins. So I don't want that. Why he didn't fight him?
I'm gonna give you the answer, David Benavidez. I told you to go watch the interview. He answers all the questions. I can't. I don't want to.
You sound like you watched it yourself. So can you just paraphrase what he said?
Sounds like you wrote the video.
I did watch it.
Okay, so what did he say?
Good.
What did he say?
What did the interview say, Ashy?
I can't remember. It was a long interview. That's what I'm saying.
Why the fuck would you bring it up then? Why the fuck would you bring up the interview?
I'm gonna tell you exactly what he said, but I can't give it to you in verbatim. I can't give it to you word for word.
Give me a bottle.
See, Ashley, this is where you lost me. 1 minute you said he didn't want to fight him because he had 11 fights. Then we turn around and say, well, he had already agreed to it and backed out. Now you're saying go watch some random interview that you can't remember. Ashley,
listen, I told you I'm going to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you the word.
Ashley, I got something for you, Ash. Hey, Ash,
you know what I learned about you, IBF? You do a lot of talking, but you don't do no listening. Because the first thing I said was, I'm not going to give it to you in verbatim, every word for what he said. I said, but I could tell you
just paraphrase it.
There you go, Ash. You know,
do it then.
Yeah, I got this lemon heads for you, bro.
Did he? Is it the interview where he said that he'll fight David Morel?
He tells me this on live podcast. He got the audacity to ask Supreme that he said, well, he had 11 wins. That's right there. But no, not that. I'm sorry. sorry. He did you see the video? Well, all right. So where's the video? I don't remember the video. I forgot when the video was. What the fuck? What is it? What is it that you do know?
Is it the interview where he said that he's gonna fight Morel?
What is it that you do know?
What I do know, what I do know.
Let me tell you something. My
I'm gonna
words,
tell you what I do
you
know.
are basura.
Since you want to ask what I know,
since you want to ask what I know, take over this basura.
Since you want to
I
ask
got
what I
nothing to
want
say
to know,
this
smart guy, I'm gonna tell you what I know.
Well, no, let Mills get in, man.
Hold on. I want to hear what he said. Ashley, so please tell
What
me.
I do know is who's gonna win that fight. We all looking forward to it.
Okay, can you just paraphrase about the interview? Can you just talk about the interview?
I think I know it. Is it the interview where he said that he's gonna fight David Morel? He sees the David Morel fight happen at 175 pounds when they're champions. Is that the interview you're talking about?
That was the most recently one you talking about. Yeah, because he already.
Okay, so talk about the interview that you brought up. Then.
No, that's not.
Is that the interview that you're talking about?
No, that's
what?
not the one I'm talking about.
Still, if that's the interview, why he wants to fight him at 175? Why he couldn't fight him at 168? If that's the interview, you feel me? I don't get that. I don't get that logic.
I'm gonna tell you.
That's the same energy he gave Caleb Plant, bro.
You asking the question, but you keep talking.
For real.
Yo, Ash, keep the same energy, Ash.
Okay, just let him answer.
I want the guy in the top. Nuke, guy in the top right corner wants to speak. I've not got your name, mate. Sorry.
You said why he didn't fight him at 168, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer your question. He didn't fight him at 168. I'm just thinking for him. Like I said, I'm not in this camp. I'm just thinking for how I would think. The only excuse I could probably say that man didn't fight him is because he's looking at it like this. Why am I going to take my chance to go fight this young bull when I'm next in line to fight for the straps that I lost already? I want to get my stripes back. I want to be undisputed. So why am I going to go back down? Why am I going to fight Andre, who was supposed to be for me to get the fight, and then go all the way back and fight this dude just to prove a point to everybody, all the rest of the fans, that I could beat this dude just to get the fight with Canelo.
So listen,
can you talk about the interview then?
I get what
How
you're
am I
saying.
way out of context? That's
you're moving slowly and slowly away from it. You're moving slowly and slowly away from it like this. You're going like this. Look.
Listen, I'm not even trying to get close to you, bro, because I'm gonna have my opinion.
You're going like this, brother. Look.
So I could lose you all day.
You're saying something,
you're not even
then you're gradually taking it somewhere else. Gradually taking it somewhere else,
man. Okay.
Can I ask you did Canelo gave Mogia a chance, right? Mogia's a hungry young guy coming up. You know what I'm saying? He gave him that chance.
But
he didn't have to give him that chance.
Why?
He didn't have to give him that chance. So why couldn't Benavidez give my man a chance? Another hungry fighter coming up.
So why he's not fighting Benavidez? Just answer that question. That's all I want to know. That's all I've been asking.
Listen, you're the Xbox.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Guys, I want to hear the guy. Guys, I want to hear the guy about Supreme talk because he's been trying to speak.
Jesus, ask your question, my brother.
Jesus, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to know. Okay, so you're talking about an interview with Benavidez talking about Morel. Can you just paraphrase what he said in that interview?
Yes, exactly.
He said basically that he was, like I just said. He said basically he wasn't going to waste his time going back down when he was promised after fighting Andrade that he was going to get his chance to fight Canelo. So why would he take the risk to go back down to fight somebody just to please the fans when he's supposed to be the next fighter to fight before Jaime Munguia? That's why.
So now my question is this.
Especially if I used to be listening, I could see if Benavidez never fought for the belts, but he lost his belts due to drug recreational, the first one, and for being overweight, like y'all say, eating the Taco Bell and all that extra shit. The bottom line was he done made weight ever since then, and he won his belts back.
Bottom line, he fucked up his own career. He fucked up his own path, bro. He had 2 shots for Canelo.
Big mistake.
Guys, let me go.
Let him respond to this.
Let me go. Supreme is right. Benavidez fucked his own career with that. That's a point I want to make clear. But here's what bugs me about this. Munguia was WBO mandatory. He beat, he went through and he beat, John Ryder for it. He was WBO mandatory. That fight had to happen, okay? Or Canelo lose undisputed, and it was a big money fight. 2, more importantly, the reason why I am not giving Benavidez a pass over the Morel thing is because we heard the Morel fight was agreed. It came out of Samson, it came out of Benavidez's camp, it came out of the Premier Boxing Champions camp. What I don't get, and this is why I'm going to press this, is the following. How does Benavidez then say I'm fighting a guy at 175 without fighting Morel, This is before, when Canelo had announced, this is before Benavidez had fought Andrade. This is after Benavidez had fought Andrade, before Canelo had fought Munguia. Okay? And we knew Benavidez is mandatory because Mauricio Sullivan, whether we like him or not, had stated that the mandatory was being called in September. Did he or did not state that? That was well known for knowledge that the mandatory for the WBC was being called in September.
How do we know that contract? You said that he was supposed to fight.
God bless you.
How do we know
God
that?
bless you, AK. God bless you,
Let him
AK.
finish, Ashley. Let him finish.
See, let me finish.
Bro, let him
Let me
finish.
finish. So why during that period, why during that period, does Benavidez instead decide to move up to 175? Oh, hell, why does he not even fight Morel at 175? The guy you have a supposed agreed contract with. That for me is a duck. You were scared to fight
God
this
bless
man.
you, AK.
So if he signed the contract, listen. If he signed the so-called contract with this dude, why he wasn't sued for breaking his part of the deal? Why we ain't hear no stories?
You mean a breach of contract? That's what you mean?
Yeah, breach of contract. However we want to pronounce it. Why there was never no consequences behind it?
So the problem that we have here,
Just the same way like it was when Benavidez and them said that they got a $5 million offer from Canelo. Like the same thing. Everybody.
Hold on, Ashley, you got to relax. Listen, the problem that we have here is there's a fight that's agreed that David Benavidez said that's agreed. His promoter says agreed. Now all of a sudden you say, well, why he didn't get sued? Why would you? What even leads you down that road when you sitting up here talking about why didn't you take the fight that you agreed to? That's the question. Ain't got nothing to do with him being sued or any breach of contract. Why didn't you? It's a simple question. Why did he not fight this guy now?
Also,
for the
they don't
same
want to do
reason
the
why
suing and all that because
maybe
legal
for
action.
the same reason why Canelo won't fight him. I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Nah,
I'm just a fan.
Okay, so bottom line,
You're
he
using
doesn't
Canelo as
know.
a pawn,
But
bro.
First of all, y'all talking to me like I'm in this dude camp. Like I can answer the questions of how he feel or what kind of decisions he wanted to make.
So why would you bring them up?
Yeah.
Still.
Why are you
right,
talking?
Voltron.
Still.
You're right, good brother.
What's
Go ahead,
up?
Steel.
I want to hear Steel.
Good brother, man. My thing is this, man. This is why. This is what I was saying earlier about when it came to Golovkin making himself Canelo's contemporary. It's not just about Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Why isn't he fighting adequate opposition to superimpose the fact on Canelo that you got to come and see me? He's making his entire career about Canelo Alvarez like Demetrius Andre did, and we see where that got him. Why can't you go holler at Mobili?
The only answer I have for that is I don't know. But why is he the only one who got to jump through hoops to get the fight? Why he got to go through that and everybody else
They all got to jump through hoops.
They got their fight.
Family.
John Ryder was mandatory. He got his
everybody's jumping through hoops with my dude.
Ain't nobody have to go through court and all that shit to get no fight.
Okay, all right, let's do this. Let's do this because just being reasonable about this is just it's not really getting us nowhere. The thing is this, man. David Benavidez ain't shit, right? And when you ain't shit and you're an underachiever, you have to go to infinity and beyond, which means doing what it is that you're supposed to do to garner that fight and showing some sort of gratitude in order to get that fight. I ain't saying throw roses at homeboy's feet, but who the fuck are you to sit here and say if you don't fight me, that's a stain on your legacy? What's up with all the lying about, we offer them 92% or some dumb shit like that, and then when Eddie Reynoso goes online and says, we never got a contract from this dude, Samson Lukowicz deletes the tweet saying that we sent this man an offer. The bullshit that this dude has been doing, he's an irritant. He's a pain. He's a thorn in the side of this dude. So hold on. So I'm a Debo you. I'm a little boy you. So you know your place in the hierarchy of all this. You ain't shit.
No.
I don't get your career. Your career is not content. Me fighting you is not content. I'm not gonna what?
You're gonna talk what you think. But you can never little boy me or Debo me.
You can Debo.
You're not listening. I'm not talking to you. I'm not. My dude. Listen. I need you to listen.
Hold on,
family. I need you to listen.
I'm listening.
I'm not talking about you, my dude. I'm not talking about Debo and you. I'm talking about Canelo and David Benavidez.
You're gonna Debo my argument. I know that. I'm not stupid. I understand what you're
saying. No. I'm not.
No.
Canelo is going to Debo and little boy David Benavidez. That's what he's doing. That's what all the 200 million and all that shit is about. And him just dismissing them. I'm talking about it from that paradigm. Benavidez ain't shit, bro. That's the bottom line in all of this shit. He ain't shit. You're nothing. I don't need you. He is not needed for the man to lament this man's legacy. Benavidez doesn't even have a legacy for himself.
Listen, man, Benavidez just made a statement. It's the masses that run with that. It's not like Benavidez only his word holds water to everything. It's the fans that's running with that shit. So you can't blame him for making his statement. With what? He just made his statement that he feel that, you know what I'm saying, his legacy would be stained not fighting him. It's the fucking fans that's running with that shit that got y'all pissed off because y'all hear that they keep saying it's going to stain his legacy. So it's not.
My dude, he said that, not the fans. He said that.
I know that. I said, see, that's why I said, listen. I said Benavidez made that statement, but it's the masses that's running with it that's giving it fire to make it seem like his word hold water.
Well, why are you saying that in the first place? Why are you saying that in the first place when you don't? I'm not saying family. I'm not saying, my dude. Whatever I'm saying, whatever I'm saying in this conversation, it's not immediately directed at you. I'm speaking as if we're talking. I'm talking about Canelo and David Benavidez. So when I'm saying, like, what it is that I'm saying is this, man. He's saying, it's a stain on your resume if you don't fight me. How is that when you don't even have a legacy for your goddamn self? That's what I'm saying. Why would you come out of your mouth on some disrespectful shit like that and expect to fight? You want to fight. You need to fight. When I can just look at you and say, "Nah, I'm good, big homie. Bring me Jaime Munguia. Bring me William Stone. He can really style on him.
Hey, can I ask a question? I'm gonna ask a quick question. If I was David Benavidez,
I don't feel it just bullshit. It's the fight game. He said that.
Listen, David Benavidez should have done this. This is the path he should have took, right? Wipe out the whole 168. Everybody, Skull, Belanga, everybody, wipe them all out. Wipe them all out. Everybody. And then sit there and be like, yo, I wiped the whole fucking 168 now. Now I need Canelo now. Canelo, come see me now.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? But now you're saying to yourself, listen. I'm saying that should have been the proper way of him doing that. Mop the whole 168. Mop that shit clean. Mop it. Leave nobody behind. No stones turned or nothing. And then you will be there like this with Canelo, like, yo, I mopped the whole 168, bro. You're the only one left.
Hold on, Preem. That's not it. You mopped the whole 168, but then you also do what Antonio Garcia says. You want to fight more than anything? Enforce your mandatory. Beat everybody else in the division. You ain't got nowhere to go but come see me. You ain't got nowhere to go but come see me. He didn't do that.
Facts.
There you go.
He's done the bare minimum.
He didn't activate. He do nothing. And now he said, you know what? Let me run up to 175. Let me run up to 175 and let me try to mop that division.
Can I say something now? Can I say something?
Yeah, the floor is yours, Ashley.
And why? And I'm just trying to figure out why. I mean, y'all say he need to go down and mop out and clean out everything. Ain't nobody else have to do that to fight Canelo.
I didn't say he need to go down. I said that would have been the path. He should have took after he lost his belts.
Please, let me get the floor on this one because this is what's really started. This was already kind of messing me up, Ashley. I don't think you were getting it when my brother Steele was trying to explain it to you. So I'm gonna try to give it to you a different way. It wasn't Canelo's fault. How was it Canelo's responsibility to go to 168 and unify all the titles in less than a year? He had to give everybody a career high payday. He had to beat 3 undefeated prime world champions. David didn't do none of that shit, but he should jump to the top of the line and get a big ass payday and a slap on the hand.
He's undefeated, just like they are.
Because he's undefeated with no fucking belt. That don't mean shit.
Okay, he was stripped. He didn't lose him. He didn't lose him to getting beat. He didn't lose him to getting beat.
Yeah, but he lost him to not doing his career right.
Don't have the belt.
Oh God.
Okay, so the question is this. So basically you saying him fighting John Ryder and him fighting his Munguia, all that shit was better than him fighting David Benavidez.
That's not
listen, man, can I ask a question, man? You know that's sick because you mute me.
You
asked me a question. No. You asked me a question. Let me answer it. So I'm not saying those fights were better at all. I'm saying once I beat all the champions, I can pick and choose because you ain't shit like everybody else. So what makes you special? If I got hold on, that's all I'm gonna say. Look, if I'm the guy and I'm out here styling and pimping and I got all this shit, I got all the money, I'm the fat bitch slayer. All you hoes the same to me. Ain't nobody standing out. What makes you pretty? You ain't got nothing to offer me than the rest of them. What do you have? You ain't got no world titles. You ain't got no legacy. You ain't got nothing. So I can pick and choose because you ain't got force me. Force my hand. And the only way you can do that is enforce the mandatory or go take one of them belts at 175, but you were too pussy to do it when they made you number one. So you took your sorry ass back down to 68. You beat two guys with no power, and now the whole world thinks you're God.
With nothing.
Well,
Yo, that's a
Well, it's
closed
not even
casket
that.
right there, bro.
It's not even that.
That's a
It's
closed
not even
casket,
that.
man.
Close the casket. Now it's an ashy body.
The last time it's all 90, all number one contenders. That's all I remember from boxing from the past. Ever
Ashy
since
nothing
Floyd,
no more. It's ashy kneecaps.
the game where I could fight who I want to fight. Now that's the trend. Now that's the shit everybody want to run with.
No.
Oh,
You got a right to bitch. Hold on. You got a right to bitch and complain if Canelo don't fight him. If the man activated his mandatory and forced it. If the man had a world title and Canelo wouldn't unify. He don't have a world title and he won't activate his mandatory. So you ain't got no right to bitch and complain. You got to sit down and shut the fuck up.
The bottom line is he'll never get that 150 fighting nobody else. He won't get that 150 fighting nobody else.
It don't matter.
David Benavidez means something.
About something that don't concern
David
you.
Benavidez means something. He'll never get that 150 fighting nobody else in the game right now, except for maybe Crawford.
That ain't true. Yeah, okay.
All right, name. He's gonna get it from who? Belonga. He's gonna get it from Belonga.
This is what
you just said it.
He don't even need the 150. This is the only fighter outside of Anthony Joshua that's on the Forbes list every fucking year. He can set a price if he wants to. The man is on Forbes. Him and AJ, the only tools in boxing that can write their own ticket any fucking where in the world. Can't nobody, not Tank, but AJ, Canelo, can't nobody tell them shit. That's just the way it goes.
Facts.
It's not even that. But
If he don't need the 150, if he don't need the 150 like you said, then why did he ask for it?
It's not about the 150.
No. Ask the question.
The gain from the fight. So if I'm not getting a belt, it's not going to add to my legacy. But I'm finna come in here and fight this cruiserweight who's going to weigh all this weight. And I'm going to put my body through all of this at this point in my career with all these miles from fighting all these killers all these years. Let me get something great out of it. Let me make it worthwhile for myself. Because what else am I gaining? Am I getting a title? Am I getting a legacy? No. And the moment I beat him, they're going to say, oh, it don't mean shit. Now you got to go fight better BF. Now you got to rematch Bivol. Somebody's going to put another level to it. So it don't really matter. So let me get something out of this. Because if I go fight Bivol or better BF, I'm going to get something out of it. Those guys got world titles.
Facts. It's a non-sequitur fighting David Benavidez.
Okay, it's also this though. I mean, isn't it a little pathetic that you let one fighter dictate your whole life? Because if you were a fighter who's all about trying to be the best, I mean, at this point, if you see that a certain fighter doesn't want to fight you, but then why do you always have to keep begging and hoping and praying that the fighter does choose you when you could just advance your career a different path? Like let's go with the whole thing. Canelo was ducking Benavidez for like 3 years now, ever since he went undisputed in 2021. Okay, but if that's the case, then if Benavidez knows that this guy is ducking him, then why would he still stay at 168 and not just fight at 175 and just make his own career that way? Why does he always have to let Canelo dictate his life and
because
he wants to put a pause? Exactly. But it's just pathetic that basically Benavidez fans and the fanboys who take it to the extreme, they always want to pump this guy up and have to basically
Benavidez fans take it to the extreme. Come on, man. We keep it.
They do because they're defending. They're defending the situation of seeing Benavidez wait like 3 years and still not getting a Canelo fight, but he's still begging, hoping, and praying for it. And instead of doing that, why couldn't they just? Why couldn't they just? At this point, just go for other fighters like Bivol, like Better BF, or when Joe Smith had a.
He's being called a duck for doing that. So
he's not gonna do that, and you know he's not gonna do that.
He's not gonna do that. But 3 years later, though, like this is a little pathetic. It took you 3 years to realize that.
He said he can't. He said it's hard for him to keep making 160. He said dude dreams.
No. Wait a minute.
Why would he wait 3 years?
Hold on, Natchi. I really hate to do this to you, but I got to interview And I took an excerpt and put it in my most recent video where David said it's not a problem to make 168, and he can easily do it again. So that
I remember that.
and that's from the Arizona Republic.
Of course, he said it's not a problem making. You can make the weight, but that don't mean you're not drained. That don't mean you're not drained.
He said it's not a problem.
Come on, man, he's a big dude. Anybody drop 30, 40 pounds like that quick, you're gonna be a little drained. That's for anybody.
But he's not saying that. You are. Your opinion don't mean shit when it comes to him talking about what affects
exactly. And that's it. And
it's not my opinion. I'm using his words. Is that my opinion?
Why does Ashley have to put words in Benavidez's mouth? If it's coming from Benavidez, then that's Benavidez's statement on himself. Who gives a fuck about what anybody else says?
Like, Junior says Frank Martin by unanimous decision, Vosk by stoppage. Hopefully, Cable.
Oh my God! If that happens, the BBC's dead.
Cable God said Better BF would beat Benavidez worse than Burger King and cocaine did. Oh my God!
I agree.
I would agree to that, but now with this, with this knee injury, I'm only giving Benavidez a chance now because I mean that's a torn meniscus, and that's actually a really hard injury to recover from. So I'll give him a chance with that. But if it was Better BF from a year ago,
Jesus, can I ask? Were you picking Better BF before the injury against Bivol? Or were you actually going to pick Bivol anyway? Yeah, no, I was. I'll be clear, and I've kept this energy. I was always picking Bivol in that fight, and who can say on this? Yeah, the injury now probably makes the injury now probably makes it a bit more, secure for Bivol. Yeah. But but you can tell you this.
Can we be honest on one thing though? Bivol was known, but he wasn't really all that until he beat Canelo. Can we just be honest with that?
Yeah,
that's what really gave him his name.
So actually, the thing that I have, what's interesting is that David Benavidez gets more hype than Dimitri Bivol, if you think about it, and he ain't done shit.
I think it's because me personally, it's because I think a lot of people like him over here in America. You got to think, what's the name of a European fighter? It's not really, you don't really have European fans in America like that. That's gonna go for like a Mexican or shit like that.
By this point though,
he do have a fan base.
By this point though, are Americans fans really the what's it called, the bench line to make a career? I mean, by this point, great fighters and big names can come from any country.
It's like that's the argument they've been saying about Inoue.
Yeah, like Inoue has fans. That's why.
Like they're saying, Inoue's not a great fighter because he's not fighting America. Bitch, he's fighting America at least twice now.
It's not even that too. Inoue has so many fans in his own country. He doesn't even have to move out of the country to make his fights. Like by this point, America.
But in a way, for his brand, he do need to start fighting some of these like real known fighters in his weight class that could give him a run for his money.
Wasn't Fulton kind of known though?
Real non-fighters.
Wasn't Fulton known?
All the real non-fighters.
Hold on, I got a question for. Hold on, I got a
Bro,
question.
Fulton was. Donaire was also known.
I give
what
him
the
that.
fuck?
You right. I ain't gonna hold you on that. You right.
Hold on. I got a couple questions I got to get through. Pats Nation says pay-per-view buys. Does Tank Benavidez pay-per-view do over 550,000 buys?
No.
Supreme?
No.
Do they do 550,000 buys or more?
Wasn't that around the digits
they'll
when
probably be in maybe in the fours or something like that. I don't think they're going
wasn't that around the numbers when him and Andrade fought?
60K.
60,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, BFP.
We're talking 550,000. That's crazy.
Talk to me.
BFP. So
yes, no doubt.
What
too
I
much
have
fire
with this
sticks
thing
around
is that one thing is for sure is that Canelo is the face of boxing. Maybe not because he's the best boxer like right now, but because he sells the most. I think we can all agree that's why he's the face of boxing, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Now that being said, I hear a lot of fans that say that how could Benavidez win Canelo if he only sells 60K pay-per-view buys? Like if that even meant something, to be honest. Like
I agree.
We all agree that Canelo sells more than anyone, like even Tank and Benavidez combined. Because we kind of all agree that Usyk is better than all of the ones that we're mentioning, but he doesn't sell like as much as Canelo.
I agree. And no ducking, this where me and you are on the same page. I think everybody needs a dance partner. If Canelo-Benavidez was to announce a fight tomorrow, that shit would be off the rails. Everybody would want to watch that fight. Everybody
that would be like another Mayweather Pacquiao.
Yeah, it would be massive. It would be
massive.
It would be huge. It would be huge. And I think that Benavidez doesn't have to be the biggest guy that sells to fight Canelo. Triple G didn't sell 1 billion pay-per-view buys before he fought Canelo, but those pay-per-view buys all did over 1 million, which is great. So it just shows you if you got the right dance partner, it'll be a great fight, and a lot of people will pay to see it. So I agree with you 100%.
Benavidez make fights, correct?
Yeah, and look, I think everybody on the panel wants to see the fight. Nobody does not want to see the fight. Everybody, it's the narratives that are throwing everybody around for a loop. Body Bag says Jose Benavidez Sr. admitted there was never a $60 million offer sent to Canelo in a live interview.
I'm just going to say this about the pay-per-view buys. No, it doesn't. Sell more than 550k. I'm sorry, Tank ain't a pay-per-view star. The reason he had because here's the deal: we've seen it. Ryan Garcia's more of a pay-per-view star. With his last buys. Canelo's a pay-per-view star. Tank is not a pay-per-view star. And Frank Martin ain't a pay-per-view star. And Benavidez, we saw his last pay-per-view. It tanked.
Anthony Joshua's a pay-per-view star as well. Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, so that's the thing. And also, I'll give another reason why that fight ain't doing over 550k. Because there's a better fight on another broadcaster. Best fight tomorrow night ain't even happening on the Showtime card. Sorry to say it. The best fight tomorrow night is that Matias Leon Paro fight. I think that is a fucking great fight tomorrow night.
You even have to pay for it? I'm pretty sure that's included with the DAZN subscription.
That's under the DAZN subscription.
Exactly.
That's under the DAZN subscription. That is a...
For me, yeah,
I'm definitely watching both of them. I'm gonna be running back and forth from room to room watching that shit.
Is this pay-per-view selling 550k? No. I'm sorry, but the fact that they had to put Benavidez, they put Benavidez as a headliner with Andrade, and it sold like shit. So the fact that they now have to put Benavidez in the co-main to boost up Tank Davis because he couldn't even sell over 550 without Ryan, it kind of just shows that the numbers are not gonna get to 550. I'm sorry, but nobody wants to pay $80 for another 2 showcase fights. This is getting pathetic from the PBC that they have to always keep shoving pay-per-view down our throats. But the DAZN is putting pay-per-view on shit that's worth it, like Usyk versus Fury. So
Canelo versus Munguia.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get through 2 questions, and you guys have the floor. Edwin Castillo said, "I don't get what y'all say. It's a duck if Canelo doesn't fight a lying, clout chasing, scared, been a decade. Cringe for carrying his fake belt everywhere." Now I'm gonna tell you this. For me personally, I think Canelo Alvarez cemented his legacy. But if you think about it, if Canelo's fighting Berlanga over Benavidez, I don't like that. To me, that's a duck move. I think if Canelo's fighting a Bud Crawford or welterweight over Benavidez, to me, that's a duck move. Now, obviously, if Benavidez loses before then or anything like that, then it doesn't matter who Canelo fights at that point.
It doesn't matter. If Benavidez loses tomorrow, Canelo
can fight Berlanga for all we care.
Yeah,
Canelo can fight whoever the fuck he wants if Benavidez loses tomorrow, which is a high probability.
Shit, he can even fight. He can even fight Ashley Knuckles if he wants.
Mike has a question for Ashley Knuckles. Ashley Knuckles, what are your thoughts on Tank Davis?
To be honest with you, I'm not really a Tank fan, so I don't really follow Tank like that. I don't even really care about his fight, to be honest.
Right, that's where we at.
Frank Martin's gonna win.
Something I actually agree with Ashley on.
I'm giving Frank Martin a chance because
me too.
Not gonna lie, Raleigh was making Tank look like a goofy for the first 4 rounds. It was actually kind of funny.
I think Tank catches Frank late, but I want to be wrong so bad.
No, you're
gonna be wrong.
No.
You're wrong.
There has been talk though today. If you've been seeing Bob Arum and all that, saying that they're trying to make the Tank Loma fight. I would happily have Tank beat Frank Martin so that he could get schooled by Lomachenko. And I mean schooled with a capital S. And if any Tank Davis fan wants to come on this channel, let's say if Tank wins tomorrow, and say that Tank beats Lomachenko, I will happily debate that. Ain't happening.
I second that, bro. That ain't no way he's beating Lomachenko, bro.
Hold on. J Tap says, is it a duck if Canelo gets stripped by the WBC? In my opinion, if let's say Benavidez decide to petition the WBC for his mandatory spot right now, and Canelo refuses to fight, drops his belt, I would call that a duck personally.
Yeah, that's the duck.
100% a duck. That's 100% a duck.
Benavidez is not doing that. And as far as being stripped by the WBC, I don't think he will. I mean, if he's talking with Skull for the IBF, I don't think that there's going to be any issue. He obviously wants to stay undisputed for some reason.
I mean, it looks good on the record to be undisputed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one more. Everybody keeps talking about is Tank Loma supposedly in negotiations. Hit Kid, what do you make of this?
If it is Tank win tomorrow, then you can get up. Holy shit! There is someone in the chat actually saying Tank stops Lomachenko to the body.
Hold on. Let me just read you. According to Boxing News, Ed, according to your best friend Michael Benson.
No. Someone in the comments has actually just said Tank stops Loma to the body.
No, I know.
I want this fucker on.
They said Tank versus Lomachenko is in talks to take place as a unification in November.
Oh, fucking finally, because it took that clown long enough.
You guys are professional. My team are professional. They'll work it out. So why do you think it take Tank 6 years to get this fight? Why is it taking so long to even?
Because he fixed his age. He fixed his age.
They smart.
Sorry, Supreme. He fixed his age Loma right now. That's what he's thinking, and he'll get absolutely horribly exposed. Lomachenko beats the fuck out of Tank, outboxes him, and then finishes him. And also to John Sean Boxing, he says, "No, I'm not into Screamfest." Listen, I'm not going to scream at you, but I want to hear an exact reason why you think Tank Davis beats Lomachenko. Join the chat. Don't be a coward now. I'm calling you out for what I think is the wrong opinion.
You know what it is, Kid, that they waiting. You know what it was? They waited. They was taking their time beating around Lomachenko. Waiting until he gets older and older. Listen, wait until he gets older and older for him to fight him. You understand what I'm saying? But right now, he fights Lomachenko now. It's over, man. It's like completely over for Tank, bro. It's completely over for Tank.
Mayweather method.
Wait, one question though. What weight would that fight be though?
135.
135? With that fat ass trying to make weight?
They're both champions at 135.
Bro, I just got some news with MJ.
Oh yeah,
MJ, right? And Naoya. Oh my God, it's gonna be on, yo.
Oh
my God.
Supreme, I've seen that news. Bob Aaron's saying that fight ain't gonna happen. That fight's gonna happen because of the Saudis. That fight's gonna happen because of the Saudis.
Another thing. Tank was talking. They spoke to Tank. Yeah, they were talking to Tank, and Tank said he'll go down to 130. Right? He said himself, I'll go down to 130 and meet Naoya like halfway. And Naoya comes up to like that 126.
Yay!
What do you think about that?
Fighting another midget. Yay!
Well, I think Inouye's gonna fight. Inouye's gonna fight MJ because even though Bob Aaron says that fight's not gonna happen, no, that fight's gonna happen. The Saudis are gonna make that fight. That's the only fight left in the division for Inouye. It really is.
Exactly.
I'm being truthful on that. Although he's either fighting MJ or he's moving to 126. But Inouye don't duck anyone, so I don't think I think he's gonna kill MJ. I'm picking Inouye over everyone in 122. The fight I want to see.
MJ's a good fighter, though.
Yeah, the fight I want to see at 126, and I'll make it very clear. I can't wait to 126. We see Inouye versus Nick Ball. That's going to be a fucking war. That's going to be a fucking war. You could sell. I bet
that's
you.
That's going to be a war.
I bet you good money you could sell out one of the stadiums in Liverpool with that fight. Because Inouye is a star, and Ball is, the UK star. He should be a unified champion at 126 now. He was robbed against Ray Vargas. He beat Raymond Ford in a fight where I think he got the decision. I had that fight a draw. I think he got the decision, what was owed to him, over the Vargas fight. I think Nick Ball is clearly the best at 126, and I think that fight will be amazing.
Hey, guys, what do y'all think about Crowley's replacement?
What, am I going out? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Supreme, check yourself. I can be heard. Supreme, it's you.
Breaking
up. You may want to reset. I think Supreme's Wi-Fi is going.
Nah, everybody's breaking up.
Welcome to Boost
Clavo,
Mode.
what was your question? I know Clavo had a question real quick.
Yeah, I was asking, what are y'all thinking about Crowley's replacement in David Evanesian?
Oh, with Boots, I don't have a problem with it. It's a replacement fight. I think it'll give him a little bit of a name because Crawford fought him, and so I think that'll be interesting for it. I mean, you can't really expect much for a replacement.
Boots by murder.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
Murder.
I think murder. I've never rated Avanesian, and I still don't rate Avanesian. Boots by murder.
Same here. But I mean, it's just a replacement fight. I'm happy that he's staying active.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, it's better than Crowley, man. I give him that. I was hoping it was going to be less. Those actually rumors it could be him too.
One question.
Rumors that they're making.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, there you go, Supreme. All right, you're back.
I'm back.
Wait,
by the way,
what was the question?
Hello?
I was just about to ask, but Jesus wanted to ask. Go on, Jesus, you first. I'll let you go first.
Oh, no, you asked.
What are we all making of considering? I think it's going to be confirmed for Manchester in a few months' time. Catterall versus Barbosa. Who thinks Catterall's going to stop this man brutally?
Oh yeah, man.
El Gato, you keep forgetting El Gato. Yeah, El Gato's going to win that.
El Gato's going to beat the shit out of Barbosa.
Yeah.
No, I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry, Hit, but I gotta be honest and unbiased. Catterall's a fraud. He's gonna get stopped in 2 rounds. I'm just full of shit.
You wildin'. Yeah, you wildin', Nuke. That's crazy. It's a Gato right there, bro. Meow.
And we definitely all think that Catterall is still top 3 in the division, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally think he is. He's dope. I ain't hating on him. He's dope. I ain't lying.
He's going to kill Barbosa, and that's going to be so funny.
And I just let's get on the final comment here, man. The only thing I want to say, and I'm gonna let you guys get the floor on this too, is that I think that tomorrow I'm really not too concerned with Frank Martin and Tank Davis because I think that Tank should easily win that fight. It's the Benavidez fight that's really interesting to me because to me that's the main event for me because it's going to tell me who David Benavidez is in this fight. I mean, this is not the best version of Vosk, so he should just beat him. But if he struggles or looks like shit, it's really going to show that all of those flaws that we've been seeing for all this time are legitimate. And I don't know. That's just me. And you guys could give me your final thoughts.
I'll be honest. It's going to be a great fight tomorrow. We're going to see what Benavidez got. This guy hits hard. He has a puncher's chance. So I don't know, man. I see Benavidez beating him. Like I said, probably in like a 10th round. But it's not gonna be too easy for him. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna see what Benavidez really got now, And as far as Frank and Tank, well, y'all already know my prediction. I'm going with Frank, 9th round. My man Tank's gonna get up. It's gonna be a split decision. Frank gonna be on 1 point.
What do you guys got, Jesus?
Okay. I mean, tomorrow, I don't even know if I'm paying for that shit. I think I'm just streaming that crap. I don't really want to pay $80 for showcase fights. But other than that, I mean, yeah, the Frank Martin Tank Davis fight, it's none of my concern. I don't really give a fuck about that. For me, the real main event is Benavidez versus Vosk. Because even though I'm giving Benavidez the win by knockout because I think it's a showcase for him. But either way, it's still gonna show how he looks as a 175 pounder. So that's all I'm looking forward to.
What do you got, Clavo?
Yeah, man, same thing as I said earlier, bro. To me, the main event is the co-main event, which is David and Vosk, and of course, I've got a feeling that thing is going to go the distance. I really don't care for Tank and Martin. Apparently, Tank doesn't really care about it either because he actually avoided the press conference as well for numerous reasons. I'm pretty sure he's not happy about the structure of the deal since Showtime is no longer the play. There is no budget with Prime, no budget with Amazon at all, so I'm pretty sure he's not happy about that. And who knows, maybe he feels like he might lose this fight. So regardless, man, let's hope for a good fight for tomorrow, man. If he's going to be back on, we end up like booty here, man. Shout out to all of y'all, man.
Hell yeah! Shout out to you, my brother.
And Hit Kid, talk to me. And also T Glizzy says Hit Kid has a second family in Mexico.
Arriba. Hey, Mexico's homies. I love Mexico. I've been on holiday in Mexico. Much love.
Hit, you have any final thoughts on this?
So final thoughts. I think Tank will get the late stoppage on Frank. I want to be wrong so badly. I would love Frank Martin to win, so then we can be on here. Because
can I ask you a question on that one, man? I know we're supposed to get final thoughts, but I gotta ask one question.
Go
how many lefties did how many southpaws did Tank fought in his career? Like right now, his pro career.
I think
that's a good question. Anybody know the answer to that one?
I think it's 1-0, ain't it? I don't know, actually.
Okay, he's fighting a southpaw, I do believe, right?
Yeah.
Slick fighter. We're gonna see the outcome.
Yeah.
Everybody's sleeping on that, all right?
Now
you can say your final thought. Say your final thought.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Preem. I would love for you to be right. I would just love the chaos that would
Supreme. If Tank gets beat, we're having a bar mitzvah in here tomorrow night. I don't drink, but we're having a bar mitzvah. Let's just be honest.
Said about mitzvah. I'm all for it.
Here's the deal. I agree with everyone in this call. The real main event for me is the Benavidez-Gostek fight, because I want David to win, because I want to see the Canelo fight. But I definitely feel, especially off this week, that Benavidez is overlooking Gostek. And I think if you overlook someone in boxing, you get knocked out. And tomorrow as well, just as a whole, brilliant day of boxing. Starts here in the UK. We've got who's going to be Jai Opetaya's next victim. And I mean this truthfully, in a domestic, in a domestic dust up here for the cruiserweight WBO belt with Bill Smith and Richard Riatpo. That's the first fight. Then we've got what, in my opinion, is the best fight of the entire weekend, happening in Puerto Rico, with Subriel Matias and Leon Paro. I have Matias in that fight, but I think that's a great fight. Paro's a live dog in that fight. And then we have the finale, in Vegas. Great night of boxing tomorrow night. 4 great cards.
Yes.
Three
I'm gonna
great
have all
cards.
three TVs running.
Now, no ducking, no life. What do you got?
Okay, so my prediction, I'm picking the Ghost to beat Tank as well. So I got some money on the Ghost, and you already know I read with my boy David Benavidez.
Oh, we know that
he can shut up. He can shut up some critics. All those people who are rooting for Vosk. Maybe hopefully he gets his credit for taking that, because we all know that if he loses, that Canelo fight that he's been talking for a while is gonna be out of the table. So we gotta respect that from David.
And if he loses, he's a hype job.
Exactly, and I will be here.
I agree. If he loses, it's a hype job.
Exactly, and I would agree as well. And I think that we all should keep the same energy and think the same, that if our fighter loses, we shouldn't give no excuses and just take it as it is.
So then that means we give 100% credit to Benavidez if he wins, and 100% credit to Vosk if he wins. Is that what you're saying?
How it should, yes. No
My
excuses.
peoples, one love to y'all, man.
Take
I'm gonna let y'all go, and let's see what's up with tomorrow, all right?
All right, Supreme. Salute, family.
Supreme.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Good luck, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Salute. And shout out to all those sexy little sluts out there.
There you go.
Night all.
Salute.
See you all tomorrow night for hopefully the LDBC's funeral.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, y'all be good, baby.